Salvete omnes, salvete amici, nomen mihi est, decimus Aurelius Ingeniarius, legatus propraetori Australia et tribunus plebis. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Nova Roma Twitch channel, your Roman channel on Twitch. I am Decimus Aurelius, and we are now about to have session 13 of the Republic of Rome board game broadcast on the channel here. This has been a phenomenal campaign so far, starting what is the early Republic of Rome board game, the 2009 edition by Valley Games, and our factions and our senators, now down to 5 players, have advanced their way all the way through to the Middle Republic now, and they face the never-ending and very difficult campaign of the Second Punic War, a major thorn in their side for the about 6 turns now by what it appears to be, and we are now at a pinnacle in our game, in that they have to defeat the Second Punic War this evening by the end of the combat phase. Otherwise, all the players will lose and Rome will fall and succumb to war at the hands of Hannibal. Historically, obviously, Rome teetered on the edge in that regard, but came off triumphant. Hopefully, our factions and our senators here this evening can do the same. Comes down to a luck of the dice. I believe they should be able to get the forces necessary to muster against the Punic forces, and my best wishes to them in the hope of their victory. So let's cross now. We're going to go to the virtual tabletop environment. We'll take a brief moment for a transition. We'll say hello to our senators once more, and we'll kick off with the population phase. So don't go away. We'll be back very shortly. All right, here we are. We are back in the room. Senators, as usual, give us a wave, give us a salvete to our chat and
Salvete.
Salvete.
Great green bars across the additions there. That's great to see. We are staring at the forum at the Senate, and we're at the start of the population phase. So everybody, for those who've got the cheat sheets in front of them, you can see that based on Valley Games Rule 1.08. Hello there to Lord Farquhar, who has now entered the gates of Rome as a follower. I think you are now 101st follower, which is worth noting that, yes, we just hit 100 followers over the last 48 hours and over the weekend. So yay for the channel, and thanks to all those that are supporting, with Lord Farquhar being the latest there, joining the Roman citizenry on the channel here. So that's absolutely fantastic, and hopefully you can enjoy tonight's what should be a very, very intense and exciting session. Right, let's go around the board like we normally do, and let's work out our new unrest level. So first of all, let's work out if there are any droughts that we need to be considerate of. So we're going to zoom our view in right now in both the imminent and inactive wars. 1, 2, 3, no drought effects coming off those cards, which is a good start. Let's go up to our active wars. Scrolling our view. Here we go. So the Second Punic War itself doesn't have one, but we do notice the drought effect in the First Sicilian Pirates. So that will be, so far, a 1 to the modifier, and then it's also an additional 1 for every unprosecuted war, and as you can see, we have 2 there with the First Macedonian and, of course, the Pirates again. So currently we're seeing a change of 3. Is there any argument from the senators on that modifier?
No. Is that +3 or +2?
+3. So if one of you would like to update the state unrest level from 1 and add 3 to that, which will bring us to 4 on the state unrest level. Good. You can see numbers going everywhere. That's a good start. All right, and now we're going to move into the State of the Republic address, and as we were talking off camera just there before, we worked out, because of, I think, old age of the Rome consul, Manlius of the Fortuna's Despair, current field consul, is our highest ranking available officer in Rome right now. So Manlius is going to lead us through the State of the Republic and eventually do our 3d6 roll. So over to you, field consul.
Thank you. I may just have a bit of a consideration of the war
For sure.
situation.
Take your time.
So we have 3 active wars, or sorry, 1 active war and 2 unprosecuted wars. So that's the First Macedonian War and the Sicilian Pirates. We don't like them. But then, of course, we've got the big daddy of them all, the Second Punic War. That's troublesome for us at age 6, and defeat staring us in the face should we not deal with that successfully. Treasury is relatively healthy with 102 talents. State unrest level is where you'd expect it to be given the circumstances. But overall, fellow senators, I speak with you at a time of crisis. for the enemy is at the gates. The evil Carthaginians, led by that degenerate and despotic Hannibal, stand poised to overwhelm our defences and to surge through the very gates of Rome and to ravage all that we hold dear. Fellow senators, for 6 long years we have held against this enemy, throwing our forces into combat after combat to no avail. This coming season will see the last test of our strength, our prowess, and our will. Will we prevail? Only the gods know for sure, but we will surely try, and in trying alone we will succeed.
All right.
Here.
So we'll move
I feel
on.
motivated. Thanks to Pharaoh Crab for the host, bringing in additional viewership there. Gratias to you. And our highest ranking available officer now going to take on the State of the Republic address in earnest with 3d6 now. So at your leisure, good sir, 3d6, and we'll add the 4 modifier to that. So we're going to see a roll of 14 minus 4, which will take us down to 10. Now, we're going to take into popularity. So do you have any popularity on manliest there?
I have 2.
You got a plus 2?
Yeah.
Cool. So that'll take us back up to 12 and will be no change. Does everybody agree with that outcome?
Yep.
I think a no change is fairly good considering the circumstances there.
Yes.
Omens are already on our side.
I hope so. And with that, of course, the roll of the 3d6 brings us in to the Senate phase proper. So again, field console, you know the dealio, so I'll let you continue with your session.
Thank you very much. I won't be beating around the bush too much since there's important things to be done tonight. So I'm going to propose Cassius from Fortuna's Despair and Junius from Pre-Byzantium, I always struggle with that, as consuls, and with a policy of probably appointing Julius from Erudite as the dictator. That's where we'll be looking to take it, I think. So now the challenge with this is that I also have to scribe as I speak, so if you bear with me a little bit.
So just as a refresher for myself and the audience, so who are your proposed candidates there?
So the proposing candidates, the Manlius is the proposer,
Yes.
and the 2 candidates are Cassius, number 24.
Oh, I see, yep.
Yep.
Of Fortuna's Despair, yep.
That's right, and Junius.
That's of pre-Byzantium.
Of Pre-Byzantium. I see.
I'd like to say you're going to have to reconsider that because I'm going to do an assassination.
Oh, he's going to do an assassination right now. Holy dooly. Off to
Here we go.
a flying start. Okay, who is the assassinator here?
The assassinator is Flaminius.
Flaminius. Well, a well-tried assassinator. And who is your target today?
Our lovely party member who is going to be voted in from Fortuna's Despair.
I see. Cassius from the Middle Republic and of Fortuna's Despair is the target. Is there any cards being played at this point in time?
There is not from me.
Not from you. Any cards in defense there, Fortuna's Despair?
No.
Okay, let's zoom in on the assassination table here. It's a pretty simple roll, but it is fraught with danger, particularly for the assassin if it doesn't go the direction that they desire. So let's go ahead, and it'll be a 1d6 from our assassin, and let's see if Cassius survives. So when you're ready there, Quintus Octavius.
I'm just going to say I'm definitely pushing my luck. Nope.
Wow. Again. Holy dooly. You are just amazing with the Pugio.
Wow.
That is just phenomenal.
Kill you all.
And poor Fortuna's Despair, who cops all of this regularly. Already, he's cleaning house. Cassius has gone into the Curia. Tokens are being moved. Please make sure you update your faction votes and your faction influence. And that will subsequently quash the current proposal on the floor. With Manlius as presiding magistrate, we'll having to come up with a new proposal. Wow. That is a very energetic start for a tumultuous time in Rome. Holy dooly. All right, yes, back to you, Field Consul.
That's all right. We'll amend that proposal to be Manlius number 6 and Junius number 10 as the consuls.
So I'll have to hold you there because Manlius is already a consul. He's unable to run again.
Noted.
Unless there was a law in effect, which there isn't.
All right. Well, let's stick with the overall plan, and I'll move it to Claudius number 5.
Claudius number 5, I see.
He's not too old for it, is he?
His current age is 9. Now, when we say is he too old, he can certainly still be appointed and elected, but it just means he can't leave Rome.
No problem. So the motion on the floor is that Manlius proposes Claudius number 5 and Junius number 10 as consuls. And I'll start with Justita Marita.
I Tribune veto this.
Very good. Let's throw the Tribune veto out into the sandpit and confirm the card coming from the Justia Marita faction. Yes, there it is, the Tribune card. And because it's not a dictator's proposal, that is a valid veto, and therefore that proposal's now quashed. If you'd like to drag that Tribune card to the discard pile there, Marcus Decamus, and back to the HRAO for another proposal.
Okay.
Man, everything's happening this session. This is exciting. Vetoes, assassination attempts, boy oh boy.
It's like Hitler's bunker.
Consul
right,
considering his
case,
options.
I shall propose that Flaminius, number 13, and Junius are the elected consul.
All right, Flaminius of the House of Incognita and Unius of Pre-Byzantium are the new candidates in this next proposal.
And I'll start with Marker for your votes, please.
Where are we? How many votes do I have? I have 8 votes. So we have, it was Junius from Pre-Byzantium and...
Flaminius, House of Incognita.
Flaminius from the House of Incognita. Okay, here we go. Yep, and I've got 8 votes. Yeah, yes, 8 votes for.
And on to Quintus.
My 2 votes against.
And I will put, what's my current total? 7 in favour. Marcus.
I place my 6 votes in favour of the proposal.
And Ingeniarius.
I'm just going to play Tribune and veto that, please.
Aha.
Veto.
All right, let's check the card, make sure it's indeed a Tribune, which it is. So that will veto the current proposal on the floor. Please go ahead and throw that on the discard pile, and that will quash that proposal and back to the HRAO for another consideration.
What is the rule on... I assume that Pontifex Maximus can't be elected as a consul?
That is correct. Because they're already a major office, they can't also hold consul, from what I understand.
I just thought I'd check in on that one. Thank you.
Yep.
So my new proposal will be for Plateus from Erudite, and Junius.
Plateus from Erudite faction and Unius from Pre-Byzantium, yes?
And I'll start with Marcus, please.
I'll place 6 votes against the proposal.
Thank you. Numerius?
2 votes in favour.
Marker?
Can somebody veto it to say that it will go through, or that is it always only that you can veto it that it only won't go through?
Right, so a veto can only nullify a proposal. It
Okay,
can't
okay.
automatically put a
Yep.
proposal through.
Okay, cool. 8 votes for.
Quintus?
2 votes for.
And I'll put 7 votes for, so we finally have a government. So 19 for, 6 against. We pass the bill.
Holy dooly. There we go. So if the new console-elects would like to have a discussion amongst themselves now as to who will be which, who will be Rome consul and who will be field consul, we'll give them a moment to have a discussion.
This really does feel like a European parliament.
We'll give them some time because yes, it's a critical phase, and perhaps they will also be considering their dictatorship appointment too, which I think will be highly likely for those watching along at home. All right. Background private discussions occurring. That's okay between the Rome and field consul. Over through the chat or text or messenger. Awesome. Cat passing Marcoetti in the background. Hopefully that's a sign of good luck.
Okay, so we have.
All right.
And we have.
Very good. Conversations continuing.
Yes.
I wonder, we'll run a quick 30-second ad break for the non-subscribers. Hang around, help to support the channel. We'll be back very shortly with the decision from the consoles. All right. And for those who are subscribed, you get to continue to watch deliberations as the ad break rolls in the background. Thanks for hanging around and supporting the channel. And hopefully you're enjoying tonight's rather enthusiastic session so far. Very good. Calls for a sip of tea.
Yes. Okay. So we have decided that I will put forward and announce that our new consul is going to be Junius, and the field consul will be Plateus.
All right. There we go. Welcome in the new consuls.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now,
So
take your time to take your plaques and your purple tokens, and please update your influence now.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So Unius will gain 5 influence, as will Plateus. We'll just allow them to do that. Here I might help Marcoetti and bring the other consular token up. Perhaps Fortuna's Despair and Tiberius Cornelius, you'd like to help get the field consul across?
yes, I can do that. Oh,
Yeah, I already put it back in the sandpit, but I can do that.
No, your purple office token sitting on Manly's
Oh, that
there.
one, sorry.
Yep, that's it.
I've got it. Thanks. Am I right to proceed, Marco?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Make sure you get your influence.
Yep. I've done. Have you done yours, Marco?
I'll check. Yep. I'll fix it. I'll get it. I'll get there eventually.
Good. Wouldn't want you to miss out.
Mm-hmm. Done. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Please proceed.
Thanks. Sorry. I was responding to a message from a college senator. Okay, so as the Rome consul, I speak for the field consul and I in electing a dictator. So the field consul and I both moved to have Julius from the Eruditi faction be elected dictator.
Excellent.
So over to you, dictator.
Just a quick point of interest. Noting Julius's age, are you happy with that?
Well, yeah. Since
6 can go out, right? It's 7.
yeah, 6 can go out.
Just making sure.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we either win this round and it doesn't matter next time. We'll have a better position, or we lose, and I guess it doesn't matter as well. So
Very good. Good test.
Okay.
I'll move the dictator stuff up for you, Marco. And actually, I'll adjust your influence if you'd like.
Yeah,
as
that
well.
would be good. Make sure
That would be
the
great.
new dictator Julius gets his office as well as his new influence.
And so I believe that he will also need to elect a master of horse as well. So we will be electing Manlius from Fortuna's Despair as master of horse.
Alrighty.
Okie dokie. Manlius, yep, you can take up your Master of Horse plaque and office token and award Manlius another 3 influence to his record. Everybody take an opportunity to update your influence for your senators as well as your faction influence as well. That'll be very important as we go forwards. Make sure that is accurate and make sure you do a recount of your votes. Make sure they're all accurate as well as we continue through this Senate session. And if you want me to verify, let me know and I can do a count as well. Pre-Byzantium, you've got the most complex faction of everybody, so just take your time there.
Okay, where's the cheat sheet? There it is.
All right. Anybody still doing some influence? How are you going, Mark Goedia? You all right?
Oh,
yeah, I did your faction and
thank you very much.
rotating
That's
one, so you
good.
should be all good.
Good on you, Mirrors Aurelius.
Thank you
Well
so
done.
much. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. So next we will be moving for censor. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. And is this an election, or do I just basically?
No, the only
pick someone?
appointment in game is for Dictator and Master and Horse. Everything else must go via a proposal.
Okay. So I am going to put forward for censor Flaminius from the House of Incognita. I am going to call for votes, starting with the House of Incognita.
2 in disagreement.
Okie dokie.
What number's
And,
Flaminius?
I think he's a 19.
And just one quick question.
Or 13.
Flaminius, 13.
It can only be a prior console right now, correct?
oh, it can only be prior consoles.
He
is
is
it?
prior
Yeah, so
consul.
Flaminius is eligible, yes.
He is eligible, but I mean, if this was not to pass, there's only
Yeah.
one other candidate. Am I?
Yeah,
So this
that's
can only
probably
not
good to
pass
note.
because of votes.
Oh.
Yep, so if this fails, there's only one other option.
Oh, and whom is the other option? Where are we?
They'll be down at my faction.
There appears to be Sulpicius unaligned.
Unfortunately, not an option, same as Aurelius.
Shame.
Let's just quickly pass a law on that.
Right, so there's really only
Yeah.
2 options right now.
Yeah, I
Yes.
thought there was
So-
only 2.
Yeah, so I just wanted to obviously just to reiterate that, so that obviously it's either for this or for the other candidate.
Good
So,
point. Well done.
So what's the proposal? Sorry.
So the proposal was Flaminius from the House of Incognita.
Yeah, Brett. So Quintius has already voted. What was it, 2?
2 against.
Yes, he voted 2 against.
2 against.
Now, can I hear from Numerius Aurelius, please?
Yep. Just 1 second. Yep, that's 2 votes in favour.
Now, can I hear from Fortuna's Despair?
7 in favour.
Next, we have Justita Morita.
6 against.
Okay, and I am last. And where am I? I have 8 votes for. Yeah.
So it passes 17 to 8.
Mhm.
Motion is carried.
Okay. There's our new censor. So if the censor
Yeah.
would like to take plaque, token, and of course update influence accordingly. Current censor's down in Justia Marita faction, so it looks like they're passing it up. You're mute, Quintus Octavius, if you're trying to chat.
Okay, I'm good to chat now.
There you go.
Let's see. Well, you know, my faction being the most innocent out of everyone here, we will not be putting any prosecutions forward in this time, so everyone can remove your markers.
All right, there we go. As you heard the censor, please remove your corruptions from your concessions as well as your major corruption red tokens and place them back on the side. And of course, Flaminius and Quintus Octavius, make sure that Flaminius does receive his censor's influence of 5 in case you haven't done that already. Don't want him to miss out there. So everybody just take a moment now to remove your corruption if you've got them. But I think everyone's doing pretty well here, mostly concessions, I think. So they're all re-hidden. I just see for you, Tiberius Cornelius, Achilles has still got his. You can remove his now, as well as the major marker from Manlius too. Manlius's major corruption marker can go also now. And I think everybody else is looking pretty good to me here. Yep, Justia Marita is good. And yeah, House of Incognita is obviously good, and the Erudite faction is good, and of course Pre-Byzantium is good as well. All right, I think we're pretty good there. If everybody has, once again, please check your faction votes and faction influence, make sure they're all up to date, and back to the good dictator for their continued Senate session. All right. The good dictator Marco Edia is now considering options from here.
Are you just on mute, Marco?
Sorry, yes. It was wondering whether or not to recall any governors as well.
Yeah, we might need to do that.
Yes,
Why?
were you talking
What's
about
What's the reasoning?
Emilius?
Yeah, we withdraw Aurelius and his troops.
We're talking governors at this point in time by the sounds
Oh,
of it.
governors.
Yeah, that's what the dictator's requested.
Yes.
Not
so
important.
do I have the option to bring Aelius home as well too?
If you want dictator, it's up to you, of course, as you lead the proposals.
Mm-hmm. But it has to then be voted upon.
That would be correct.
Okay. No worries, that's fine. We're going to leave that. And then Any assignments of priests?
That will be up to the Pontifex Maximus at their leisure at any time during the Senate phase. It doesn't necessarily need input from a presiding magistrate, although it would be nice if the Pontifex Maximus does a public statement just so we can know for the record.
No priests.
No priests, no nothing.
Who wears statement?
Just want to just mention as well. There's the medals in the centre to be given out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I have a question. If I bring home Alias, am I able to send somebody else out?
You can.
Yeah?
Yep.
But that would also be voted upon again.
Correct. I guess the advantage that you have, if that is your desire, is that your proposals cannot be vetoed. But they can, of course, be voted against.
Okay. Well, I am going to... so does it happen in one proposal?
It can do, because it's a proposal of the same type. You can certainly withdraw a governor and send one out as one notion. That is acceptable.
You know, unaligned senators can be elected.
Correct. Good point there
As
from Quintus
governors?
Octavius.
Yes.
Okay, so I
And they
have
would
that.
have to put all their money towards the state.
Oh, so I'm looking there at like Sulpicius.
Yeah. So provided we live,
Mm-hmm.
it's a great opportunity.
Yeah, that's what
We could also just send them next turn, correct?
True.
Right, take your time. There's no rush here. If you need to chat with others, if you'd like to do so privately, you can do that by whatever means you prefer.
I'm still thinking about the options.
And of course, if you're watching in chat or in YouTube in the future, by all means, comment or put in what you would think you would do if you were the dictator right now and making some decisions. Love to hear your thoughts and feedback. While the good dictator decides, I guess I can give a bit of a recap if you've just joined us here on the Republic of Rome board game broadcast, session 13. Already this session, we've seen several vetoes as well as a successful assassination attempt, removing Cassius, one of our Middle Republic senators from Fortuna's Despair, suffering the blow there from the faction of Quintus Octavius and the House of Incognita earlier on. And several vetoes flying around in the consideration of the consular candidates there, finally settling on two consuls who then aptly appointed a dictator from the Erudite faction, which we are in the presence of right now, who is considering a few proposals, notably potentially some manoeuvres of governors maybe, but we'll see what the dictator has in store for us.
Okay, I'm going to put forward a proposal, and the proposal would be to bring Alias home and to send out, where are we? Cornelius from Justita Marita.
What number's Cornelius?
Number one, I think.
Cornelius is number one, yeah.
Almost at 11.
Depends how far you scroll in or out. Can I hear from the Justita Marita faction, please?
I will play 6 votes against.
Oh, hello. Hello, can I hear from Marcus Decimus?
We heard him.
He's voted
He
6
may be
against.
a problem there. He voted 6 votes against. I certainly heard him.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I heard him
Can I hear from the Pre-Byzantium, please?
2 votes for the proposal.
Okay. Can I hear from the House of Incognita?
1 second, just looking at something.
You're a little bit quiet there, Quintus Octavius. Are you able to increase your volume at all?
Sorry, I was just talking to myself just for a
that's
second,
better.
looking through something. Yeah. I'll put 2 votes against this.
Okay, Fortuna's Despair.
I'll put 7 in favour.
Okay, and I have 8 votes in favour.
So the motion passes 17 to 8.
Okay,
Guys, it's almost like we made a difference.
there we go.
It's harder.
So
Quintus, you got
Aelius,
2 votes the same as me, so
Yeah, I
Aelius
need
is
to
going to
wait for
return
myself.
home, and Cornelius is going to head out. I've brought you a Away from Rome banner there, Marcus Decimus.
Okay.
Now that senators have come and gone, please be sure to update your faction votes now. So the Erudite faction will return to their full faction vote value. If I scroll up here to Sicily, I'll remove Aelius as the commander in region, and now I'll open our deck of Away from Rome senators, and I will pull out Cornelius, who will take up his and don his armour, and take his fuscus fitted with the axe head, and head out to the province.
Do you need help searching?
No, this should be pretty easy because I recognise the phases quite well now. It's a shame I can't keep them in order. That would be quite good, but
I'm just doing your votes, Marco. It should be fair.
Oh, thank you.
oh, that's
Oh, is
good.
it? Okay, you're correct.
Okay, there's
Just-
Cornelius. We've got him
Thank
there.
you.
There he is, in position now, out in Sicilia province with quite a full complement of provincial forces and fleets. It's good. Pre-Byzantium is helping out the Erudite faction, updating faction votes with a nice 13 votes there now. Very good. And Justi Marita has had to reduce their votes now down to a total of 3. I'm just going to readjust the Away from Rome sticker there. There we go for Cornelius. So all the tokens are in the correct order. All right. Very good. We've swapped some governors around. All right, back to you, Dictator.
Okay, so next we have, is it concessions? Do we have concessions?
We do. We've got a few on the board for your consideration, Dictator. We've got Tax Farmer 2, Tax Farmer 5, and Shipbuilding are available for assignment at the moment.
Okay. Does anyone want them, or is everybody avoiding them?
Sure, I'll just take shipbuilding if you want on Flaminius.
Okay,
He says that because he knows we're going to build some ships.
Exactly. We take the smart route here.
Really, I'd like a tax farmer.
Okay.
I'll gladly be greedy because I'll donate it all back to the
Guys,
state. I'll make
I
a
don't
public deal.
I don't have any on my faction, so I should
Oh,
at least
really?
get one of them, right? Just have a look. Guys, you can scroll over. You can have a look at my faction. You can tell me if I've got it. There's only one senator to look at.
There we go. And Quintus has some.
Got one.
Okay, we've got Junius. And we had Flaminius, and we had a tax farmer. Okay, can I do a proposal for all 3, or do they have to be done separately?
You can do a proposal for all 3, but I just would like to let you know that if a proposal with a concession fails, that concession cannot be voted on again this turn.
Okay. That's fine. Okay. We are going to send. Okay, so I'm going to put forward a proposal. We have. Okay, so we have Tax Farmer 2 to go to Junius of Pre-Byzantium. We have Tax Farmer 5 to Manlius in Fortuna's Despair. And we have Shipbuilding going to Flaminius of House of Incognita. Can I please hear the votes from House of Incognita?
I would like to also say with my votes, I'll make a public deal that all the money earned from Shipbuilder this turn will go straight back to the state treasury if we do win.
Yes.
And I'll put my 2 votes for.
Excellent. And can I please hear from Henry in Numerius Aurelius?
That's 2 votes in favour.
Yes. Can I please hear from Tiberius?
7 votes in favour.
Yeah. Can I please hear from Marcus?
3 votes in favour.
Yes. And I have 12 votes in favour, 13 votes in favour.
So it is unanimous
Mhm.
for a total of 25. Sorry, 25 for, nothing against.
Mhm.
Can I just get the numbers of the recipients, please, Junius
Junius is number 10.
and Flaminius?
13.
Thank you.
All right. The recipients can, of course, go grab their concessions from the sandpit. That is certainly allowed now that the proposal has passed, quite healthily, might I add.
What number was my one again?
2, I believe.
2.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And I'll just be right back real quick.
Yep, not a problem.
Okay. We're not recruiting or disbanding legions, fleets.
Well, you might be.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we're definitely got to recruit.
Yeah, we've got to recruit. Yeah. Okay.
Got to recruit at least 2 fleets.
2 fleets,
Yes.
and we can get to a plus 11.
2 fleets and the rest in legions.
Yes.
Okay. And how many legions do we need, or how much legions can we afford?
All of them.
8. We can
8.
afford 8.
So
we
I
will
feel
take
like
all of them, but we will
we can afford 8. Okay.
8 legions and 2 fleets. But we also need to withdraw the current ones we have, or else we'll just be sending them to with the proconsul who currently is in control of those ones.
Okay. So we need to disband first.
No, not disband.
Not disband.
Withdraw.
Recall.
Disband, yeah.
Not disband. Withdraw.
Chaos in Rome.
Chaos in Rome. No. Here we go. Okay. So we do that first, which is to withdraw. And then does Emilius return home?
You will.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're going to withdraw these ones here under Emilius.
So we need to make a proposal for this.
It will be a proposal,
Okay.
yes.
So it will be a proposal. Okay, so I'm going to put forward that we withdraw the troops under Emilius, and we also are going to recruit 2 fleets and 8 legions.
I'll just
Is
pull
the
up,
proposal.
because they're
It has
2
to be
different types
separate?
of proposals. They'll need to be
Okay.
done separately.
Okay, so first one is to withdraw all the troops under Emilius.
I think it's your fellow senators are actually saying the opposite, that you should withdraw Emilius, not the troops.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I mean, both can work, but
Well,
Okay.
let's say Emilius and his troops.
yeah.
Okay,
I think by letter of the law, you can actually leave the troops and fleets there, and you can reinforce them, and you can just swap the commanders out. It's only at the end of the combat phase, should there be insufficient commanders or fleet support, etc., that things are forced to return to Rome. So I believe there's
So these ones would have technically been forced to
concerns with
return
withdrawing Emilius as a single proposal, raising additional forces in another proposal, then finally sending your commanders in a third proposal.
You just said they would be forced to withdraw if they didn't have enough fleet
At
requirements.
the end of the
so that
combat
means-
phase.
So last combat phase, they would have automatically come back then.
No, because
They're not prosecuting, but
yeah,
they're still
that's right.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, because they fought, and there was still a commander in charge of the forces, so they would stay out there.
All right.
Okay, so we're just bringing back Emilius.
No, bring them all home. Let them have a
Yeah.
square meal and see their loved ones and bolster their morale.
And then we will send them all off.
We've
Okay.
got some medals to do as well, so maybe the troops would like to see that before they get back out to die.
Yeah,
It's good to have a crowd to watch. Okay, so the proposal is to bring back the troops and Emilius back to Rome. Can I please hear your votes from pre-Byzantium, please?
2 votes. No, four for the proposal.
don't start.
Justita Morita.
3 votes in favour.
Yep. And can I hear from Fortuna's Despair
7 in favour.
and House of Incognita?
2 in favor.
Yep. And I have 13 in favor. Yes.
So it is successful.
Mm-hmm.
27 zip.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. So the next proposal is to recruit 2 fleets and 8 legions.
Now, are we sure we want to recruit everything, or is
Let's
anyone
roll the
of
dice.
other opinion?
Let's do it.
Because I'm in
Well,
favor of just going Hail Mary. Let's do it all.
yeah, I thought that was what we were doing with the 8. Isn't that the maximum we can do anyway?
Yes, 2 fleets and 8 legions is our maximum, which brings us to a total of 34 with only the +7 from the Dictator and Master of Horse.
Yeah.
Which is a +11 overall.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
All right.
Excellent. So can I hear from, first of all, the House of Incognita?
2 votes for.
Yep. Tiberius from Fortuna's Despair?
7 in favour.
Yep. And Justita Marita?
3 votes in favour.
Yep. And Pre-Byzantium?
2 votes.
Yep. And I have 13 votes in favour.
So it's unanimous, obviously, for 27-0.
Excellent.
All right.
Marcus, could you grab those for us?
And who's going to update the state treasury?
I'll do
I can
that.
do that.
Oh,
you
you
can
got
do it. Oh, yeah, I got it. Let's see, don't mind.
At 10 talents apiece for each unit.
We're at our lovely 2 talents remaining.
I would like to play a Tribune to get the state to pay me 2 talents.
Oh, really? Have you guys
Oh.
reduced it down to 2 talents in the state treasury?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Holy
We
dooly.
are
That's,
putting it-
that's precarious.
We are sending it all in.
Oh, boy. Yeah, wow, okay.
Did you collect your shipbuilding?
No, I've been
Yeah,
going
if
to
you've got a
collect that
shipbuilding
now.
concession, please collect those concessions. A straight treasury of 2, that's very dangerous.
Yes, yes, it is.
I sure hope you guys don't hit some weird, precarious events.
We'll be fine.
I certainly hope you are. How
we
much
make
do you
it
get
through
for defeating
combat?
the Second Punic War? 25 talents. Yeah, okay.
If we make it through combat, then we can do anything.
It's future Rome's problem. That's
Exactly.
We just have to pay the upkeep for all these soldiers as well.
Can't we invent monetary policy and
Yeah.
borrow from the Central Bank of Rome?
I agree.
yeah. If it
Is
exists in
there-
Rule
is there-
1.06 alpha of the Valley Games Living
there a-
Rule set.
I actually have that law card in my hand right now. Create a central bank.
Yeah, stop printing money. I see no issue.
Yes. We're printing it on Egyptian papyrus.
Okay, so the next proposal would be the deployment to
No,
wars. No?
we have
So
our
this-
medals because we
It's
want
still
to
not-
give our
yes.
senators.
Yes, we do. Okay, down we go. Oh, lovely. Okay, so the first one is for Senator Emilius for service in the Second Punic War.
Thank you very much.
Can I let Emilius to come forward and take his medal?
Well done.
Received.
And the next medal we have is for Senator Flaminius for service in the Second Punic War again, the Punic War Campaign Medal with the enemy leader clasp.
There we go.
Thank
More
you
Punic
again.
War medals for House of Incognita.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we don't have enough.
Jangly. Jangly. Very jangly. Okay. So is next the deployment?
If you so
If
desire,
there's
Dictator.
nothing else.
Yes. Because we need to deploy them before we start the combat, don't we?
Sure do.
Yep. Okay. So what is the total number that we'll be deploying? I wasn't sure of how many we brought home.
We brought home 19. Well, technically, that's actually, sorry. We brought home -5 off that. So 14 legions, because veteran legions count as 2.
Okie dokie. So in total, that means that we're sending 22 legions and 2 fleets.
Well, yeah, for the record, I'll just break it into veteran and regular legions, but that's
Okay.
fine.
Yep.
Yep, 5 veteran. And then
Okay.
the rest. So
17 regular, is that right?
Yep. 17 regular, 5 veterans, and we have 5 fleets.
All right.
in total. Yeah.
Dictator Master of Force, you've got this.
Yes,
Don't do what I did.
we can do it. Okay. So,
So who's the Julius number 4? Someone just check the Master of Horse number. It's Manlius, isn't it?
I believe it is Manlius. Yep. I believe Manlius is 6.
That's right. Yeah, Manlius is the Master of Horse. I kept thinking it was Flaminius for some reason. Was he the last one?
Yeah, he was.
Right.
yeah, that's why you got all
Manlius
those
is the
medals.
Master of Horse.
Yeah, Manlius is number 6.
Aha.
No worries.
Okay. So I'm going to put forward the proposal that we are going to deploy 15 regular troops, 5 veteran troops, and 5 fleets under Julius and Manlius.
I thought it was 17 regulars. Is it only 15?
It is 17, yeah.
Oh, it is 17, sorry. 17 regular, 5 veterans, and 5 fleets in total. Can I please hear for votes from Numerius Aurelius, please?
2 votes against.
Smartass.
Justita Morita.
3 votes against.
Oh,
Okay. Next, Fortuna's Despair.
7 in favour.
Next, we hear from House of Incognita.
Now we are sending Master of Horse and Dictator, right, with this?
Yes.
All right, I'll put 2 against.
Don't you have 5 votes?
Oh yeah, 5 against. There you go.
Hey,
Even better.
he can split his vote. He can split
Yeah,
his
that's
vote.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
I-
that's
Oh, you want to
good.
split it?
Favour.
Yeah, 2 against, 3 for.
Okay. That's fine.
vote against this marker.
Why? Why are we voting against it? Why are
Don't vote
people?
against it, please don't.
Protest vote. I've had
Just
enough of
have-
this dictatorship.
Oh, you want to go instead? We'll send you.
Mm-mm. Mm.
Do it. I'll be
Let's
more
not.
than happy.
Okay, 13 votes in favour.
So we have a total of 24 in favour and 7 who are receiving a white flower.
Right. Sounds like the proposal has passed then.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the Master of Horse, if you'd like to deploy the forces up to the active forces box.
All right,
Certainly.
this is where I run from everything, so I don't have to be here. I don't want to see this.
All right. And I've already brought out Julius as the dictator and Manlius there as the Master of Horse onto the battlefield against Hannibal at the Second Punic War, with, of course, the
Whoa.
conquered aligned province that they also have in their possession, which boosts their forces by an additional 1
Is
again.
it just me, or does Manliness look a bit weird? It looks like he's like leaning around the corner trying to escape. Like he doesn't want to be there.
He's given the eyes to Julius.
It's
Yeah,
because,
yeah,
it's
I'm
because he only has 3 military rating. He's just like, I don't want to be here.
That's
I
funny.
just would like to point out that perhaps there is a physical dice roll, I believe, still on the cards. We've had good luck with that in the past.
We have.
Worth considering.
Much worth considering.
Maybe we should just roll the dice in the game like 5 times beforehand.
That's true.
Yeah,
That could be one way to do it.
have practice rolls up until the point where the rolls are good.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3d6, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is right. All right. Before we go on, let us get some numbers ready.
That's
Yeah, this is
So-
good off.
First of
Good
all,
thing
what
we're
is
not
the
doing it.
total strength of the Senate forces? Let's stop rolling dice. Let's do numbers first. Total strength of the Senate forces,
Stand off.
including the military rating of the Dictator and Master of Horse.
34.
34. That's a pretty good number. What is the total strength of the enemy forces?
23.
23. And that gives us a difference of
11.
11. Plus 11. So that's a good modifier start. Now, what are the danger numbers that we don't want to roll?
9, 10, 11, 15, 16.
9, 10, 11, 15, and 16. Most of them sitting in the middle of the bell curve of probability for a 3d6 die roll. So, as we explained at the beginning of this session, this is the make or break. All right? I'm going to take Unknown Stars redemption in chat for a beverage time. Everybody else do the same to calm your nerves. Everybody take a beverage and take a deep breath in. Because we need...
Poker's not helping.
We need a victory here. There are no other options. All right, we must obtain a victory here to be able to continue our game.
Can I put a vote forward that this does not end the game? Like one more roll?
So long as Hannibal gets a vote too.
Yeah, right. What's
He
got?
gets
Plus
votes
7?
based on his power.
Yeah.
Plus 7. It's fine. We can vote against him.
Yes. So will you guys win? So notingly, you cannot afford to roll a 9, a 10, an 11, a 15, or a 16. Okay. So we don't want any of those numbers. And of course, if we manage to dodge those numbers, then you also need to be able to obtain a victory as well. So I've brought up the combat results table in front of us on screen, which will help us to confirm our victory because we won't get any disaster or standoff numbers. So to the dictator, this is now over to you. Do you have any last words as potentially the most glorious commander in Rome's history, or as perhaps the last of Rome's commanders? Any final words before you go ahead and roll your 3d6?
I wanted to say thank you for the journey. We have all been brave and valiant soldiers, and we have fought for Rome. But at some point, you know, decisions and things have to be made, and this is our turning point. So let's hope that the gods are in our favor.
Perhaps a missive is coming to you, dictator from Rome. Perhaps the Pontifex Maximus would offer a prayer.
Yes, please.
The Pontifex Maximus doesn't have a prayer to offer. Instead, we have gone to the men. We've gone to the legions, and we have asked them to provide us with their battle chant. So we are the men of the 14th Legion of the Twin. Away with you. Get out of our way. The trumpet sounds advance. Soldiers of Rome, forward. Whether we follow the eagles or we go to the ravens alone, our pride is in the legion, and the fighting infantry are our family and our home, and the fighting infantry are our family and our home. We follow the standards wherever they lead us, from the barbarous forests of Germany to the mist-shrouded hills of Caledonia. Tamers of Carthage, march.
Hear, hear.
Hear, hear.
I give a Roman salute, but might be misinterpreted.
Yeah, that's right. We'll try to avoid the symbology on stream. Yes, but yes, the thoughts nonetheless. All right. How you feeling, dictator? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
No pressure. So at your leisure.
Consider the dice which you want to use just again.
And
Don't
bottom
want to
break.
jinx it.
3d6.
Oh, is it 3d6?
Do you want to do it with with the game master, or in person, like in the game?
You can roll it on the website, or you can ask Decamus to do it.
The pressure either way. I felt though all four of you were more for physical role. Was that correct?
I am.
I am.
Personally, dictator, I am, but of course you are the leader, and I trust your judgment.
Of course.
Are you ready to do a physical role?
That means I'm going to cop the flak.
Absolutely.
It's always good to outsource the blame.
Yeah.
Yes,
True.
As long as you guys remain united, that's all that matters, right? So do I hear? Is that what you're asking
Yes,
for? A physical
that was
roll?
the request. 3d6, please.
All right.
Leaps.
We're going to do a physical roll. So I've got the 3d6 here in my hands. All right, I better space out the battlefield here. All right.
They're
If you
definitely
could
weighted
count out the
so it's
dice
gonna
rolls
roll 11
individually,
no matter
that would
what.
be fantastic.
Oh, God.
Oh, would that
Pain.
be more torture?
The pain.
I'm going to roll them all at once and see how good my poker face is. You ready?
Oh, God.
All right. Here we go. You might be able to hear it over the microphone. You might not. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Okay. Now, if you had to pick a number, what number would you
God.
like?
12.
7. 7.
Let's.
Right.
So before I reveal this, so let's play through a couple of scenarios. So let's
Read them
say
one at a time.
let's pick a middle one. So let's say a 12. So is a 12 good? How much is that? Does that work for you?
12 we smash
That'll
it.
probably be victory, no losses.
That would be a victory, no losses. What's
Yeah,
another
read the
good number
dice
that
one at a
rocks
time,
up?
please.
Read them one at a time if you can.
I will.
Least influential to highest influential.
So out of your numbers, say through from 3 to what's the 8. So what is there any of those that are bad?
7.
I think we're a
Oh,
plus
and
11,
six,
right?
6 lower is bad.
6 is bad.
Well, I mean, if we want straight up victory, no losses, 6 under bad. If not,
but we could deal with how much? We could probably down to 3 or
lowest
something.
is a 4.
No, I
4?
think it's I think it's all victory, right? We're plus 11, so even if we roll 3, it'll be a 14. It'll be victory, 4 losses. So there is no low number.
Yeah.
We have victory in every case.
Oh, good. Okay. All right.
Let's hear them one at a time.
I hate that he just said, "Oh, good."
All right.
You'd
You
see it on
guys
his
have
face,
requested a
wasn't it?
really painful draw out by reading out each of the individual numbers on the dice. So, all right, let's do that and let's see what the result is. Okay, are you ready?
Mhm.
The first dice is a 3.
That's good. That's good.
The next dice is a 3.
Mhm.
That's good. That's good.
Hang on, so what's possible here? Everything except 15 is possible.
It's a 50% chance we win, 50% chance we lose because 4, 5, and 3 disasters and standoffs. So it's 1, 2, and 6 gets the buy.
A 50% chance, eh?
He's lying. They're all weighted dice.
The final die number
Is a 6.
It's gonna be a 3
is a
or
2.
4.
Yes, yes, that's 8. That's what I said.
We're on 8, did we?
Yes.
So, for those who are not counting, you've rolled an
Big
8
shit, Hannibal.
plus 11
Rome lives to fight another day.
is a victory.
Nice.
Dictator, good choice on the physical dice there.
Yeah.
Dictator, can we please have you roll in the game thing
Every
as well
time?
to see what you would have got?
Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
roll 23 3d6 and see what you get.
Oh, thank
Oh,
God.
Would have been
Would have
a
been a defeat.
disaster.
Hey, there you go. See, I told you that's physical. Maybe it's just
Trust in Decimus.
Decimus Aurelius's magic hands.
Wow.
True.
I tell you what, you guys love to take it right to the edge, don't you?
I don't love to.
Man, that was
It
so
happened,
much stress. Holy dooly. All right, so let's now do
So
some
it's a
good
victory,
things.
no losses, right?
Let's now do some good things. This will be very fascinating going forwards from here. So, first of
guys,
all,
we're
is that a total victory? Are there any losses? What number did we get finally on the table with plus 11?
19.
19. So yeah, we're off the
Off the chart. So there's going to be no losses. That's really good.
Hey,
It was worth getting those extra troops.
So
suddenly things are looking pretty dark for those Casilians.
all right, so let's first of all, what I'd like to do first is pick out your veteran legion. So I'm going to pull up my veteran legion calculator here, and I'm going to roll the die, and we're going to see which legion becomes veteran status. So I'm just going to double check that the roll meets one. Let's have a look. Do you guys have a 12th legion? I'm just having a look. Yes, you do. It's the 12th Legion who gets veteran status. So perhaps, Dictator, if you'd like to nominate somebody to switch out the tokens.
Marcus Decimus.
Very well.
All right, so the 12th Legion's now becoming veteran status, which is fantastic. I'm just going to move the 12th over here, out of the way into the fog of war. So we can't accidentally recruit them in the future. Right, next from here, let's get some spoils of war. So first of all, Dictator, if you'd like to nominate somebody to add 25 talents to your state treasury.
Can I please get Quintus Octavius, please?
I can do that, definitely.
Thank you.
What I will ask of Marcus Decimus, if you could just confirm in the victory just when we're calculating popularity and influence of the commander, whether it's fractions rounded up or down of half of the strength of the war card?
Sure, I'll check that right now.
Yeah, I can't remember off the top of the head. I think it's... No, I'm just speculating. It's a 50-50
Would you like
chance.
me just to read off the
Yeah,
victory?
go ahead. Yep.
A land victory lowers the unrest by 1
Oh, well, let's do that
and eliminates the war card.
So if a dictator would like to nominate somebody to reduce the state unrest level from 4 to 3.
I'll do it.
Tiberius?
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
I can do it, Tiberius, if you'd like.
So another
I'm all right.
another good result there.
Excellent.
All right, and let's continue on, Marcus Decimus.
In some cases, 1 or more provinces will be created and placed in the forum.
So
That be
let's
the case.
double check. I'm going to zoom in on the card here. And so the victory creates the provinces of Hispania Citerior and Hispania Ulterior. So we've actually created 2 provinces out of the victory here. So let's go do that while we're going through the notions.
Here comes the Spanish.
Yes. So zooming in here. So let's go through. Not that one, not that one, not that one. Not Asia, that will come later. Not that one. There we go. Hispania. So provincial, frontier provinces. There we go. Not that one. We need the other one. There it is. Hispania Ulterior. There we go.
All right, guys, you ready for the 3rd Punic War now?
Oh yeah, that's
And
that's
we also
coming.
get Gallia Cispolina back.
Yeah. That's also going to come back to the sandpit. That's right.
We need more senators.
We got a few unaligned ones there.
We
So
can set up lines, but perhaps if people read my message in the chat, maybe the age of bickering is potentially over.
all right, just bringing the provinces back in. Good. Somebody's brought in Gallia Cispolina. I'll update the province sizes in a minute so they're a little bit larger, but noting they're in the province. Cool. Marcus Decimus, continue.
The victorious senator increases both his popularity and influence by half, fractions rounded up, of the unmodified printed appropriate land or naval war victory number.
Cool. So 15 is down to 14, half is 7. So we're looking at an increase of 7 influence and popularity for Julius. So if we look at Julius here, Julius is already at popularity 9, so he's going to gain no additional popularity there, but he will gain 7 on top of his 26.
He
So
automatically
he'll go to
goes 15
33
popularity.
influence now, is that correct?
Pardon?
Julius.
Execution.
Marco Edia. So you'll go up to 33 influence for Julius now.
Okay. That's a lot.
Yeah. A big victory.
I believe he should get 15 in popularity, Just
Yeah,
obliterate
so
any dice.
6 years of war.
And I
Very
believe we've already done the spoils of war.
We have, yep.
Yep.
All right, so I put the second Punic War there. Now, Hannibal's currently going to the Curia, but noting he's going to pop straight back out again for the other war card very shortly. That's imminent right now.
Yay, good time.
Now, timing for that will... I'm not 100% sure, but that will probably happen very soon when we move imminent wars up, which happens in the next couple of phases. So, but for the meantime, I've just put him back into the Curia. But note, he will join the 3rd Punic War very shortly. So 7 and 7, that'll be a strength of 14 when we get to that point. Anything else we need to be aware of, Marcus Decimus?
Nope, that's everything that I could see. We've done our veteran legion, and I believe that's it.
Everything returns home.
Marcus Decimus, if you could fetch the 12th Legion Veteran Allegiance marker for Julius as well, please.
Ah, yes.
Thank you. Wowee. So if you've just joined us, we've just seen the Senate finally victorious against the Second Punic War against all odds. They did it, and what a flawless victory this time. No Legion losses. Absolutely outstanding. No mortality chit draws at all either because there were no losses. Very amazing. So they'll just sit there in the active wars pool just for the time being, but we'll talk more about them a little bit later. Something funky's happened to Julius's popularity. Can we put the 9 back on the popularity because he can't get any more than 9?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought it was
No,
adding
he-
7.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
If
needs
you
to
had
sell
less
come
than
on.
9, but a senator cannot have any more than 9
Oh, okay,
popularity, so
sorry.
you're already maxed out. But your influence, of
Sorry.
course, can keep growing.
No, what do you mean? He needs a 15 obliterate every population roll.
All right.
Do we have to see if Hannibal's killed before we just go into
I
the
believe
career?
so, since it's a total victory. Doesn't enemy leaders have a chance of death straight away?
No, as far as I'm aware, all enemy leaders will end up in the Curia. But I'm happy to have this rule checked. So if you'd like to open your rulebooks and find out if an enemy leader is either completely discarded or goes to the Curia, let's check that rule. That's a good question to ask, I think. Points to whoever can find the relevant rule first. I'll also bring it up here in front of me. We're looking up enemy leaders.
Just when I read the refuge card, it seems to suggest that enemy leaders can be killed.
So don't worry about the event card because that's already being applied to another enemy leader. And as far as I'm aware, it's only being applied. We've just kept that event card just to remind ourselves of what's going on there. But otherwise, that event card won't apply to Hannibal here in this case.
All right.
But worth checking. So let's read Rule 1.07.344, which talks about leader death. So if the last active matching war associated with a leader is defeated, or a leader is drawn when none of his matching wars are currently in play, the leader is moved to the Curia. If all of the matching wars associated with the leader are removed from the deck and board, the leader is removed from play. So right now that's currently suggesting to me he's going to the Curia, but let's go to the combat phase of the rulebook and let's see what happens there. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I'm not seeing anything further, folks. Anybody else?
I believe that's it.
I think he just goes to the Curia. Let's go back up this way. Yep. Nice. Yep. I've got nothing to suggest otherwise. So, yep. So Hannibal's going to go to the Curia, and then he'll rejoin again on the Third Punic War. But of course, we will have our ability to verify that off session, which is good. Okay. So let's just double check. There's nothing else we need to do in this combat phase. No other provinces are under attack right now. You've only got the one, and Sicilia's in good health right now. And nothing happening with the inactive wars down here. So we will see that from the revolution phase come up, the Lusitanian War is actually going to activate because the provinces relevant are going to activate it. Same for the Numidian War, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The Spanish are coming.
Yeah, the Spanish are about to have a go. Okay. So let's look at our cheat sheets and just finalise combat phase movements there. No provincial wars to do. There are no other unprosecuted wars that we need to worry about. And thankfully, there's no war exhaustion that we need to worry about right now either. So well done. So let's go ahead and enter the revolution phase. So just a reminder, starting with the highest ranking available, also players can retire any senator with influence greater than 20 that they have present in Rome. Okay, so that's the condition here. So first of all, let's start with the HRAO, which is the person in Rome. So it's currently not the dictator and not the master of horse, but is likely to be the Roman consul, who is currently Julius.
So is it not Julius?
No, Julius is the dictator and is currently out of Rome right now and is yet to return.
Can we put it away from Rome card there then? Because it's
it's a good idea. If somebody might be able to do that for you. Tiberius Cornelius, if you want to bring that up.
Where are they?
Put that on.
I've got it.
Cool.
I've got it.
All right. Just to prompt us, and if we do the same for the Master of Horse, just to remind us that they are currently still out of Rome.
Yeah, where are they?
Right down the
They're
bottom
They're just
center.
down the bottom.
We've got one for Julius here. That's
I
good.
see it. Yeah, I see it.
I'm
There.
just going to bring that to the front.
And was Manlius Master of Horse, yes?
Yeah, I got it. Manlius is it's all
Good.
Ah, cool. No worries.
All right, so Unius is the HRAO, so let's just double check there. So nobody's eligible for voluntary retirement. Let's go across to Erudite. Now, Julius would be eligible. It has to be elder, so not quite elder, but would have the influence, but otherwise is out of Rome. Nobody else there is eligible.
I've got a question about that.
Yeah.
The out of Rome, I believe we found this out last time, that as soon as it's a victory, they come back and straight away because of victory.
No, I think that was when we get to the intrigue step, but because we're doing voluntary retirement, so I want to debate that. So you
Because
notice
looking in the
that
Declaration of Rebellion, it says nothing there about them ones who were away from Rome about coming back from war.
Yeah, so the Declaration of Rebellion can only happen for A, governors, and B, returning victorious commanders. And that intrigue step there. So let's say all players can freely trade from their hand, so that's fine, and that can be done even if you've got your senators away from Rome. And then if we read the next part, so starting with the HRO, each player may display statesmen and or concessions. Now it prompts here that victorious returning commanders can do their disband veteran legion disbandment. But I'm otherwise still currently convinced that until we hit that intrigue step, and this is where it's a bit funny, right? Because this voluntary retirement is an Avalon Hills rule edition and not a Valley Games rule, right? Otherwise, we'd be straight into that intrigue step. But let's, again, I'm happy to have my mind changed, and if we can make an argument for it. So happy to go into the rulebook. If you've got something there, Quintus Octavius.
Let me have a look.
So we're doing revolution phase. Let's go to the revolution phase of our rulebook. So that is from rule 1.11.
It happens before, I believe. Unless there's so the voluntary retirement, does that happen beforehand?
Yeah, so the voluntary retirement is the first thing to occur here.
That would be first then.
And then as we read from hello, Ryan Shikti Baba, following there. Thank you for the follow. Welcome and salve to you. Thank you for joining our session. We're currently checking some rules in the revolution phase after a glorious victory against the Second Punic War. So thanks for the follow, and I hope you're enjoying the session so far. Right, back to the question at hand. So, and right, as we see from the Valley Games rules, so rule from 1.11 through to 1.2.3, and we see the declaration of civil war doesn't occur till the end, essentially, of the revolution phase. From there, so yeah, we're checking voluntary retirement as otherwise happens before any declaration, and it's the declaration in which they return.
Yep.
So we're all happy. Is there any other counter arguments or opinions from the group before we continue?
Good.
All good. Okay. So nobody eligible from House of Incognita, noting 20 is the minimum limit. Fortune is to spare. Nobody else there. No more House of Julii. Just Marita. Nobody else there. So that is all for voluntary retirement. Let's talk intrigue now. So this is open plather, open slather, open platter. Insert your noun here. Go ahead if you'd like to make some trades between each other. Now is the opportune time to do that. Anybody wanting to do so?
Yes, I was thinking about doing that.
So any cards from your hand? Certainly open up your discussion dialogue.
If anyone wants to discuss a trade with me, I'm denying all trades. Unless you have something worthy. Which, if you know, you know. If you don't, it's all sucked in.
I was about to say, what do you have to give that's so wonderful?
Money.
Money. Oh.
All right, so the players are currently considering trades from their hand to other players. And, of course, it's not just limited to card and card, or it could just be a one-way thing. It could just be a card going in one direction. That is also a potential option that we could see here. Of course, players could also agree to the transfer of talents, but noting that the actual transfer of talents can't occur until the revenue phase. Players can, of course, enforce a deal by making it public, which makes it enforceable. Of course, they can make the deals a little bit more private. However, that doesn't oblige anyone to hold up their end of the bargain, particularly if there's a money transfer involved at a later date. So there could be, some potential backstabbing there. So senators are considering all their options at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take all your assassination cards if you got them.
It depends who you're planning on assassinating.
Depends
How
on
do
who
you
does what.
how do you give a card if you're going to give a card?
You just drop it in there. Play areas.
Right. So yeah, that's the best thing is if you change your view, your camera, to the faction that you're wishing to give a card to, and then if you look at your cards, open it up, the box that is, and then click and drag the card that you want into that player's area, it'll land face down, and at that point they'll be able to right click and pick it up themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Where are we?
Right. So there is a trade occurring. By the sounds of it, or at least a card moving anyway. So we'll just give a time for that to occur.
Mm-hmm.
That was way too stressful.
Okay. So, Numerius Aurelius, I've put the card in your sandpit.
Hey.
Yeah.
Jeez, okay. 1 sec.
Yeah, thanks for disclosing your partner.
That's all right. And I guess in a physical game, you perhaps would have seen that trade. So sometimes certain maneuvers can be made more discreetly in a virtual setting like this. Okay, any other trades that want to occur at this point in time? Shall we move on?
Just 1 second, if that's right.
Yeah, all right. That's not a problem. Take some time to discuss further. That is okay. We are not in a rush. And we actually made some pretty good time so far. I think we had a really quick Senate session, which is good. Maybe that's the secret. Maybe quick Senate sessions is what's the secret to a military victory.
I don't know. We had some pretty long Senate sessions when I was in there, and we got zero losses. So who knows? Maybe it's because they were all physical dice rolls.
Yeah, maybe. Worked out in this case. For those interested to know, we're just waiting a little bit further. There are still some...
I've got it. Yep, fixed it.
Political discussions going on. All right, so are we all happy now?
Yes, I'm happy.
Okay, good. All right, so let's continue on. We're now going to move to the intrigue, or continue with the intrigue component of our revolution phase. And again, we're going to start with the HRAO, which is still the Rome Consult at this point, before we get to the declarations of rebellion later, or that potential option. So let's start with pre-Byzantium and Numerius Aurelius. Would you like to play any statesmen and or concessions at this point in time?
Just 1 second, please. No.
Okay, let's go to the Eruditi faction. So the option to you is also to play any statesmen and or concessions at this time?
No.
Okay. Now, it's also at this point as well that you also have the option to disband any veteran legions as a returning victorious commander if you choose to do so. So noting if you do this, of course, it means you don't intend to rebel because only returning commanders get this option. And I guess in a way it's a bit of a clue to suggest that you will be handing back your forces, but certainly you're not obliged to do this either way. So would you like to disband your legions at this point in time, your veteran legions?
Oh, so this is the whether or not I'm going to rebel or not.
Not quite. This is really only you disbanding your legions. So what that means is if you choose to disband your veteran legions, your senator, Julius, will gain +1 influence and +1 oratory. And as such, those veteran legions will remain disbanded until such time in a Senate phase that you could recall them at your behest at the cost of 10 talents each.
Oh. Yes, I thought I was disbanding them and returning to Rome.
So this is specifically for your veteran legions only. So you'd like to gain that influence and oratory boost?
Well, not really. I don't know.
That's fine. That's okay. It's a complete optional.
Yeah.
Nobody's done it so far all the victorious commanders that we've had. But you only get this opportunity now. You won't be able to do it later.
Yeah. Well, it's not even a thing of being able to win either, because he played the thing that if you get to 35, you don't win the law card.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're happy then? I'm just checking.
Yeah, I'm fine.
No pressure either way.
Yep.
Okay. Very good. And you're not playing any cards. Okay, let's go to the House of Incognita. Any concessions or statesmen you'd like to play at this point in time?
I would if I had any, but I feel like even if I did, they would get stolen.
Okay. Let's go down to Tiberius Cornelius now in Fortunatus Despair. Any cards you'd like to play at this point in time?
That's a negative.
All right. And then whipping across to the Justina Marita faction. Any cards you'd like to play at this point in time?
Yes, there is a card.
All right. Go ahead and play from your hand. There it is. And I will also bring this up for everybody to have a look at. Zooming in. It is. Cornelius Scipio Aemilianus Africanus, one Bravo, and of course he owns the underlying family card underneath, and we can see, wow, isn't this a very well-timed card? Nullifies disaster and standoff on the Third Punic War and Spanish revolts, with a military rating of 4, oratory 3, and loyalty of 7. Boy, what a well-timed card, I think, anyway, to be played at this point in time.
I see our next war leader.
So what we'll do is we will just allow some adjustments there. I'm going to bring your tokens to the front so you can pop those on top of Scipio's card. Let me just grab your faction leader token first there. There we go. And you can, he'll assume all those token values. And then, of course, he also takes up the governorship. So I'll update that in a future part in a session, noting the old Cornelius is still out there right now. But there we go. So we now have a notable statesman. So I suspected he may be recalled for endeavours going forwards, perhaps. All right, that was a good card to play. Okay, so that will...
I thought we'd already seen Scipio Africanus. Is there 2 of them?
There's 1A, and this is his twin brother, 1B.
Yep, they were Scipio brothers that fought through Iberia and Spain during the Punic Wars.
Right.
As Hannibal was ravaging through
Italy.
Italy.
They were twins. Or brothers.
And so this is one of the other brothers. There we go. Okay, so now we are going to go through the Declaration of Rebellion. First of all, we will go just to the dictator and check that they are going to return their forces to Rome. Or will they make a declaration of rebellion at this point in time? So, dictator, I need a formal statement from you on what your intentions are at this point.
Oh.
Suspicious.
Now, if it helps in your decision, you can actually technically freely roll to see which of your legions will remain loyal, and you can do that regardless of whether you intend to rebel or not. So you can actually check for legion loyalty before making a decision, ironically enough, should you wish to do so.
And what would happen if she did? I've got no idea what happens.
So, all right, let's have a little bit of a discussion. So, if Marcoetti was to rebel at this point in time, what essentially happens is she becomes a war card, really, that the Senate has to take on. And from this point, as a rebel, she will diverge in her actions slightly compared to the rest of the Senate, although that will happen concurrently. Her income changes, well, essentially stops, and then she will have to self-fund the remainder and to keep her forces active, essentially. So she'll have to fund all of her forces herself, so she doesn't get any more senatorial income. Of course, if there's any provinces that are aligned with her, which there isn't at this point in time, there's no additional income there. So she will have to pay the debts of her forces. So certainly finances are a big thing that a rebel needs to take into account. Normally, you'll have a good stock in a faction treasury, perhaps, or a personal fund on your rebel card. There'll also be a decision about her other senators in her faction, whether they rebel or not as well. So even though that Julius here may rebel, he may not take any of the accompanying senators in the faction with him, and they may remain loyal to Rome, and that's up to the player to decide So yes, the veteran legions will automatically side with the rebel commander if it does choose to rebel, but then you have to do a check for all the other units to see whether they will stay aligned with Rome or whether they will follow the rebellious commander from that point. And it's considered landed in Italy as a victorious commander, and so really the Senate is forced to fight that commander in that next combat phase, for if they don't, then the rebel achieves victory. So so there's a bit of admin to do, but yes, that is an option there. But it depends on whether the rebel can certainly fund a lot of the forces as well, or even if they retain the loyalty in the initial checks that have to occur.
So would would you only have to fund them for one turn? There will be a result the next turn, or
Yeah, that's right.
It
It has to be resolved that turn, unless there is a stalemate or a standoff or something. Then it can go on from there.
Okay,
Wow.
thank you.
Wow, I'll definitely not be rebelling.
Okay, there we go. So we're seeing all the forces being returned to Rome. So at this point in time, Dictator and Master of Horse, you can remove your away from Rome tokens. I'll grab the forces there. Oh, somebody's done that. Very good. I'll get rid of the commanders up there. So all those forces have returned back to Rome, and the Senate breathes a collective sigh of relief. And everybody is very thankful for Aurelius and the efforts of the Master of Horse. So there will be much triumph in Rome. So for those that don't know historically, when a triumph was awarded, so the Senate would, I guess, vote that a returning victorious commander would be granted a triumph. He would be put on the back of a horse-drawn carriage, and what would happen is there would be huge parades. Mr. Alan Richburg has joined the chat. Yes, Rome survived. Yes, they defeated the Second Punic War in a glorious battle. We're just talking about a triumph. Yes. So yes, the victorious commander, in this case Aurelius, will stand on the back of a chariot that is horse-drawn, often donning a purple toga and often with a painted face, and a slave would stand in the chariot behind the victorious commander and holding usually some sort of wreath. It looked like a halo, essentially above the victorious commander. But the role of the slave in that chariot was to whisper into the ear of the commander and remind them that they are still immortal and that they are still a human on Earth, despite receiving all the accolades and attention almost as a demigod. So a triumph was a very notable occasion and was formally recorded in history, or those who received triumphs. Mostly were consuls, but there were eventually a time when praetors would also receive triumphs as well for victories in battle. And that is certainly something that Aurelius would be receiving here for his glorious victory against the Second Punic War. So absolutely amazing. Cool. That will almost finish us. We just have to ask the question of Cornelius Scipio as a governor if he is also going to remain loyal to Rome. So Cornelius Scipio, are you going to remain loyal or are you going to rebel?
I will remain loyal at this stage.
Okay, at this stage he says. So yes, the governor will also remain loyal to Rome at this point. Good, because right, that is an advanced rule that we are also playing, is that governors also have the ability to rebel. All right, that will conclude the turn. We have no victory conditions here right now. Let's just remove that away from Rome token for the Erudite faction. Put that back in its home. There we go. And we're going to move back into a mortality phase. Wow. Did you guys think you'd get here?
Nope.
Yep.
Oh,
Total confidence.
Alan Richard said he wanted to be there for the combat, but it's currently 4 a.m. where he is. Good on you for joining right now. Are you off to work or something?
He was sending hopes in his dreams, I hope.
Yeah, he was. He was dreaming the good thoughts for Rome.
Yeah. It worked.
All right, imminent war activation. One war from every matched wars. Now, we already noticed the imminent war there of the Third Punic War, so it's going to pop up into the active wars box now. Hannibal is going to rejoin that war, noting that he was hanging around after the Second Punic War, so I'll just send that to the back. And in fact, that's a good question for Mr. Alan Richburg in chat, that Hannibal wasn't completely deleted on the victory of that Second Punic War. He would have gone just to the Curia, and then now he's going to rejoin that Third Punic War. Now that the Third Punic War has been activated, now the other thing we need to do actually to finish off that revolution phase is we need to come back down here to the inactive wars box. So we see the Lustinian War and the Numantine War. And as we can see, if we bring up one of those cards, as per the rule here, it says if those provinces exist, treat as inactive until the revolution phase that they are. We've now hit that revolution phase where those provinces are active because of the victory in the Second Punic War. So these are now going to both be considered active wars. So they're going to come up now.
We've got a few
Back
walls
into
to deal
hell.
with.
So let's grab both of those.
Yeah, if we
Right,
can
guys.
smash out 2 at once, might be good next turn.
Yeah, so that's
I'm
well
gonna agree.
noted. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wars up in the active wars box. So that means you need to defeat at least 2 of them in the next combat phase to ensure your game continues.
Doesn't get any easier.
Perfect.
Yeah, so that's going to be a pretty tough bet. But you were able to defeat the Second Punic War. Surely you can defeat 2 smaller wars, right?
Yeah, we'll just like obliterate them with our full forces.
Right.
Nuclear weapon.
Okay, so that's imminent
went
war
well.
activation there. So let's talk about some war exhaustion now. So I'm going to age some wars here. So let's have perhaps Nemurius Aurelius. You might do this for us. If you could go age all the wars that you see there, please. So first
in the bottom
Macedonian
boxes, of course.
and the pirates, but don't worry about the Punic, the Numantine, and the Lustinian War. They won't age at this point because they're all brand new. But certainly the other wars will now age.
Oh, perfect. 2 more attempts on the Sicilian pirates.
Yeah, so Sicilian pirates now threatens as an older aging war. Yes,
And
out
we
of the
need
frying
naval
pan into the
victory
fire.
still. Can you just bring that 5 token, please?
Yes, I
to the
can.
front
Okay, that's now at the front.
Thank you. Grazie.
Thank you for aging those wars.
So I have a question for the Game Master.
Mhm.
Could we technically get a naval victory and a land victory in the same turn?
Yep, you can certainly do
Okay,
that.
How do you mean by that? Like, if we just send all the forces, they battle at the same time.
So, in order to fight a land battle, you need to achieve a naval victory first. And so,
Yes.
Quintus Octavius is asking, right, if you achieve a naval victory, from what I understand, is you can also fight the land battle as well in that same turn. But note that if you suffer losses in the naval battle, that can also affect your land forces as well.
Yeah, last year that's what we did.
so I think we might need to do that as one of the things we do, because the Sicilian pirates need the naval victory, and it's on 2 more attempts. So
But we're nowhere near the fleet size that we need.
no, but we're about to gain a lot of money.
Yeah.
Apart from the fact that we're going to minus a lot because of the wars.
And we've got large standing forces to support.
So I think everyone might need to donate.
While you're all contemplating that, let's go age all of our senators now. You guys know how to do this. Please go and age all of your senators by 1 using the black death markers there. So if they don't have any yet, make sure they get a number 1. If there are 6, they get a 7, etc., etc., etc. So you guys should be pretty good at this now. I haven't been finding any errors in my weekly checks. So well done. So go ahead and do that now. If you need some help, please ask your fellow senators or me. I'll go age all of our senators in the middle now, okay? All right, let's have a look.
I'll just need help with a token.
Sure. All right, I'll come down there. How can I
Africanus.
assist? Put it on top?
Yes, please.
Yeah, certainly. There we go. I'm going to need another 9 for Sulpicius, who's getting on in years.
Is there such thing as an age 11 senator, or will they just die?
There come a point where a death becomes automatic
It'd be-
because you run out
it'd be
of
it'd be
numbers to
13,
roll.
I think. It's 7 plus then 6. Oh no, 5, it'd be 12.
12.
Once they get to age 12, yeah, you couldn't.
Death comes to us all.
Maybe we should get the DM to roll physical dice and death rolls.
Need a 6 for Aurelius.
I'll stay with the in-game rolls for my assassinations.
Yeah, that seems to be working out for you. One of the other things you missed there, Alan, was another assassination attempt by Quintus Octavius in the House of Incognita, and he was successful again, rolled a supreme 6. It was incredible. Taking out, was it Cassius
I believe so.
Fortuna's Despair.
That's what 3 in a row now, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
I think it's 3 or 4 in a row.
Surely your luck's going to run out eventually. Surely.
This is why you
Yeah.
don't take my
Unmodified
senators without me
assassination, then
agreeing.
assassination card, then unmodified assassination.
Yeah,
Or you
unmodified
could just
assassination attempts. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. Just assassinate Flaminius. I'll stop then because I'll only have one senator.
Oh, I need to bring that one to the front. Let's send him to the back. That might be easier. Send him to the back as well. And I'll put a number 1 here. There we go. So I think I've aged all of our unaligned senators now. That's good. All right. Perfect. How's everybody else going with the aging of their senators?
Yeah. Wish he was younger.
Okay. Thumbs up if you've finished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody has finished aging their senators. Fantastic. And I have also finished aging the unaligned senators. So that will now almost include the mortality phase. So let's go and do our natural death checks. Now that we have a HRAO in the dictator, let's start the erudite faction now. Let's go around the room. So zooming in, Julius, age 7, and we've got Aurelius, age 7. Who would you like to naturally age first there, Marco Wedia? You might be on mute. I can't hear you right now.
Julius, sorry.
All right. So
Yeah.
essentially here, you just don't want to roll a 6. All right. So anything other than a 6 right now to see if they live on.
So I roll a 1d6.
So you're going to roll a 1d6. Just don't get a 6 for Julius, who we're going first. So let's see what happens. All right. Julius is going to live and live on. That's very good. Let's do the same thing for Aurelius now. 3. He will also live. Very good. So
Great.
well done. They will continue to live on into an older age. It's very good. Let's go across now to the House of Incognita. Let's check ages here. Flaminius is 9 and Aemilius is 3. So Flaminius is definitely going to need to do some aging rolls. So normally if they're 7, they don't want to get a 6. At age 8, they don't want to get a 5 or a 6. And at age 9, they don't want to roll a 4, a 5 or a 6. So a 1d6 when you are ready there, Quintus Octavius.
And goodbye, Flaminius.
Wow, he lives. He lives. Amazing. So well done. Flaminius will live on as an aging censor there. Good job. Scrolling down to Fortuna's Despair. Let's check ages here. We've got a few old people. Manlius just sneaks under the belt. But Claudius, age 10. I think this is a new record, isn't it? Which is amazing. So at age 10, you don't want to roll a 3, a 4, a 5, or a 6. So really you want a 1 or a 2 there for Claudius. And then Achilles, there's a 4. So Claudius, unfortunately, is going to cark it. But because it's a natural death, we get to do the unopposed persuasion attempt check. So first of all, let's clear components there. Now the coins will stay with him for the moment. But you can certainly clear his popularity and influence. But leave the coins on Claudius.
All right.
But
Let's just pretend they're there.
But certainly the Sicilian grain can go back to the sandpit, but the coins will stay for the time being. That's it. And the influence marker can go back as well. All right, so we're just going to have a quick look at the persuasion attempt on the back. So this is unopposed. This is just a check to see if the descendants will hang around in the Fortuna's Despair faction. Now here, the money counts against you on the card, but otherwise there's no other modifiers besides the standard loyalty. So looking at our persuasion attempts there, so we can ignore the alignment value, and it's just the money on the card which is going to affect us here. So I'm just double checking my notes. So how much money you got on the card there?
10.
So it is currently 10. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the rules, because if you like, I'm pretty sure that you should still be able to bribe this, but it remains unopposed. So this is where it gets a bit funny with the rules. So we're going to open up the living rules of the Avalon Hill edition. and we're going to type in the aging senator rule. So this is rule 3.1 for those that are interested. So let's go down here to elder senators, rule 3.1.02. Very good. Natural death result. So upon a natural death, which has occurred here for Claudius, so a non-faction leader elder senator is never placed in the curia, and instead his card is wiped clean as previously, except for all money, which is now retained on the senator card. So that's what we've done so far. At this time, his faction may make an immediate one-time persuasion attempt against the senator without subtracting the target's loyalty and assuming the senator is unaligned, which we note, so that we don't have to worry about his 7 rating there, and we don't have to worry about the other 7 alignment rating, but we do have to subtract his money. So currently, he has a value of 10 on his card. So normally we would have to roll just less than that 10, but which gets us at 9. So if we have 10, which is taking us down to an area where you're unable to roll for it. Now, the reason why we leave the money on the card and everything else is that simulates the elder statesman's heir would likely to continue to be loyal to his father or grandfather's existing faction and or would have been groomed to do so. So any of your senators can make this a persuasion attempt here. So we're going to faction in some other influence of your persuading senator.
So we'll use Manlius on 13.
So even though it's not in Rome, but that's not a factor of view. So you're going to go with Manlius here. Now, if the previous owner fails in the attempt, the card is then just placed in the forum along with any talents. It won't go to the curia, okay? All right, so you're going to go with Manlius. So we're going to factor in his oratory and influence. So what's the total of that?
15.
15, all right. And we minus 10 from that, which is the money on Claudius's card, which brings us down to 5 as a base number right now. Now, as far as I'm aware, now I'm not seeing anything in the rules that says otherwise on the Avalon Hill rules here, but as far as I'm aware, if Manlius wants to bribe him, he can do so without challenge from other factions, so you can improve your base number of from 5. So from Manlius's personal treasury, would you like to do that?
Yes, so, and I think 4 would be the correct amount, wouldn't it?
Yeah, to go from 5 back to 9, yes, would be the optimum amount there because you obviously can't roll any higher than 9. So you put that on Claudius's card.
I'm just getting some change.
Yeah, you're right. That's not a problem at all. Excellent. And now it'll be a 2d6, and you just don't want to roll at 10 or 11 or 12, so 9 or less is what you want to roll on your 2d6. Easy.
Cool.
Good job. So now Claudius is a little bit richer in his personal pockets, but he will stay with Fortuna's despair. Let's go to Achilles, now faction leader and currently Pontifex Maximus, with an age of 9. You do not want to roll a 1, a 2, or a 3. Sorry, 4, 5, 6 is your bad numbers. You want to roll a 1, 2, or 3. So let's get that right first. On a 1d6, you'll roll a 1. So that's good. So Achilles will live on at the ripe old age of 9 so far. So good outcomes, I think, there for Fortuna's despair, having received some ill fortune with the earlier assassination attempt in the game. House of Julii doesn't exist anymore. We'll move across to Justia Marita faction. Everybody there is underage. Very good. Well,
Decimus, just while I'm having a look around, in the Curia, I think we've got a Spanish revolt leader that I think should be promoted up to one of his revolts.
Why are you saying this?
Let's have a look. He'll also need to go up too, noting that, yes, the Spanish revolts also went up. Yep, but the provinces are activated.
You shouldn't have said
Yeah,
anything.
so let's, if you want to drag me up now, we've got both, we just got the one Spanish revolt so far, right? Which is the, we've got matching, hang on, so,
We have 2.
I
We have
don't know
6
whether
wars.
we've done the correct thing here, because of these, are these separate wars? They are.
Mm-hmm.
Because although it says it's referring to the Spanish revolts here, so
It would have to go to the first one, right?
yes, it would.
Perhaps.
What I'm trying to get at here is that the Numantine War should perhaps maybe be an imminent war.
Yeah, that seems to make sense.
Yeah,
Maybe we can
because
just
this is
check
part
that,
of the
I guess.
same war series. The Numantine War, I actually think it should be imminent.
If Hispania
And
is
certainly
not
we
a
can check
province
it
yet,
out for
treat
next
as an
week, because I don't think
inactive
it'll
war.
really affect us.
Yeah.
It is an active war since we have the province.
And give us another week.
but noting it is a matching war. So same as if we pulled out a Punic War or any other conditions there, it would only become imminent in that first section. This is tough when they were both originally inactive.
I think that seems to make
says
sense,
it's
because you
imminent.
wouldn't have two
it's
of the
imminent.
same.
So certainly the rules expert Alan Richburg is suggesting that the Numantine is in fact imminent. Yep.
Nice. That makes it easy for us.
It does make it a little bit easier. Yeah, so that was a good catch all round.
Thank you.
Good catch all round, because there's a matching war. So, so the Numantine will now be an imminent war. And right as we highlighted, the enemy leader is now going to join the first of those, Lustinian, because they go in order of their war. And you'll notice it's a revolt, so it doesn't actually have any spoils of war either.
Has plenty of disaster numbers, though.
Plenty of disaster numbers, though. Yes, that's right. Okay, let's finish off our aging here. Let's double check.
We have somebody who nullifies those.
We do.
We
Yes,
do,
we
but
do.
they're away from Rome, unfortunately.
That's all right. Maybe they can stay there.
But we can recall them, so it's all good.
I feel like there's some politicking going on here.
Perhaps.
Pre-Byzantium doesn't have any elder senators, so no other aging to happen there. Right, that'll conclude our mortality phase. Yes, very good. Any questions from our senators?
Nope.
No.
So to kick off our revenue phase here, I wanted to talk while we started talking about rebels in the revolution phase. You can see this very first step here. So this is where things really start to change for our rebel. And you can see here that the rebel senators need to pay 2 talents of their own per legion or fleet that they have still under their command from their personal and or faction treasury. And all income from a rebel's province is kept. But in this case here, there's no provinces that would have been attached to Marcoedia should have Julius rebelled. Veterans loyal to the rebel don't need to be maintained. So that's an interesting point that we've never had to consider, and we are currently still not considering, but that's right. That's where it starts to diverge between rebels and everybody else. But we don't need to worry about that because all the forces were, in fact, returned to Rome. So let's do personal revenues. Again, you guys know how this works. Please take your time to do your banking. Again, I'll read it out for everybody. 3 talents for your faction leader. Everybody else in your faction will get 1 talent as their base income. Don't forget to add 1 talent for each knight that your senators possess. And, of course, our Pontifex Maximus in Achilles, who still lives, make sure you add an additional plus 1d6 talents for him. So roll that 1d6 when you're ready and add that to the kitty. 2 additional talents for Achilles is there as Pontifex Maximus. And don't forget to claim your concessions if eligible, which should be mostly everybody except the shipbuilder and maybe the armory
the
one.
shipbuilder last turn, and the armory should have accepted theirs as well.
Yes, armory should have accepted those as well. So who was armory? Who owns that?
I actually think it's not in play at the moment.
It may not
Yeah,
be.
I had it before, but I lost it. My guy died. So
Yeah, that's
I
okay.
need to
So
make
everybody
sure.
else, make sure you
I could
take
be
your
wrong.
concessions and add that money to kitty. And for Marcus Decimus, let's ask you the question about taking provincial spoils. Would you like to do so, noting it's worth 1d6 plus 4?
I would.
All right, go ahead and roll 1d6 plus 4 to see if Cornelius can add to his money.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. You get to 6 plus 4. There you go. So go ahead and add that to Cornelius's income for this round as well. And if you want to grab yourself a governor corruption marker and place that on Scipio's card. All right. So we'll let the players continue to add some money to their
I'll
senators.
just need
And
help
of course,
with cards
this is...
again with Scipio.
Sorry, what's the... yep, I can see, yep. Let me fix that for you. Bring that
Thank
to
you.
the front. There we go. And as per normal, I'm happy for you all to do your redistribution as well simultaneously. So that's money between your senators and between your faction treasury and to other players as well, if that was a part of any public or private deals. So by all means, this is the time for money transfer. Any questions from the players and our senators?
I'd just like to clarify my statement if anyone requires it. Simply the fact, obviously, I have one senator. I would like to recruit another. Now, obviously, unopposed, I don't need to spend that much money, so I can donate to the state treasury, which is quite dire. Now, considering the amount of senators that are in the sandpit at the moment, I would hope that's not a problem. But simply, if I have to keep that money to do that, I will have to. So if we could agree, I guess, that people would be fine with me recruiting one unopposed, then I will be able to donate the rest of my income to the state. So I guess I'm just asking if everyone thinks that's all right, because that depends on how much money I'm going to donate.
I've already agreed to this.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm happy to agree to that.
I think the crucial question here is Marcus Decimus, who has
Yes.
opposed me in the past. So I guess depends.
Opposed you? I don't remember.
Well, I believe we've had such a question in the past whether or not I could be unopposed in recruiting a senator, and you haven't been keen. So I guess it's a question to you whether you think this is fair or not.
I feel like I've also raised this question, and I think that was a resounding no when I asked upon such things.
I'm happy to answer yes
It
to
was
your
a no
question.
for
now.
you, Marcus, because
No,
you were trying to disrupt numerous Aurelius.
And perhaps if I
Yes,
say
that is
that, then I shall do the same.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm happy to. I mean, there's plenty of senators here, so hopefully we can come to agreement. But as long as no one's going to bother me,
I certainly have no cash visible.
Yeah.
I don't think you just earned 10 plus what your normal earnings are. So
No. Yeah, I think that's just
in the faction treasury, which is used for counter bribing, of course.
I think that was just an extra zero, like a mistake in the imports from Sicilia.
Well, I think there's 5 senators, so I hope that we won't come to odds, and I will, in good faith, move towards a common.
Gets to go
end.
first.
Highest rank.
The dictator.
Oh,
So
and then does it go clockwise?
Correct.
Yes, as always.
Oh,
Session
yeah.
13.
Session 13, the fall of the government.
I've been last, I think, several times in a row recently, which has made it harder.
That's your
I
fault
won't
for voting him in.
Well, that's true. Maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe you should have rebelled.
Let's not indict rebelling.
All right. Is everybody happy that all money has moved? Are all public deals finalised? Those that want to finalise public deals?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sounds good to me. We've all done our redistribution. That's fine. There are no provinces to develop because the only province that you guys currently still have possession of out in the field right now is Sicilia, and it is already developed. So well done on previous governors for achieving that. So there's no provinces to develop at this time. Now we get to do our all-fun state revenue calculations. So pull out your pens, papers, and calculators, and even those at home in chat, you can also help make sure the math is done correctly for our senators here in Rome. And we'll step through this slowly, and I'll read out the tallies as we go along. So let's start with our base income for Rome at the top of our sheet, which will be 100 talents, which is the standard base income for Rome each turn. And now we get to ask the question about whether the factions would like to donate money as well. But before we step into that, we're just going to go to provincial state incomes. And we normally always skip over this until last for some reason, but let's do it now while it's on our sheet. So let's zoom in on Sicilia, and we'll get our governor ready to consider the provincial income here, which is called state income. And that is a 1d6 plus 2. I'm just going to bring this up for our people at home to have a look at. There it is. So Marcus Decimus has indeed rolled. He's rolled a glorious 1. Plus 2 will be 3. So we're going to add plus 3 talents to our running total, thanks to the good graces of Scipio, the governor, out there now. That's all of our provinces that we get to benefit from at the moment. Hopefully we'll see some more provinces generating income for Rome going forward. So now let's go to contributions, where every senator will get the opportunity to donate money to the state treasury and gain influence accordingly. we're now going to head to the Erudite faction. Now, for those that are familiar with the Republic of Rome board game, some of you might be getting really excited because you are seeing Dictator Julius with 33 influence and go, oh, maybe he could claim consul for life at this point. But unfortunately, I say unfortunately, the Senate had passed a law previously, and I'll bring that up, called Military Reforms, and essentially removes the winning condition of the 35 influence for somebody to be able to be automatically appointed consul for life. So the only way that a senator now can obtain victory as consul for life is if they are voted in through a proposal, which cannot be vetoed, where, of course, the candidate can add their influence to such a proposal. So
But you can assassinate them.
Or they get the assassinations come from left field from Quintus Octavius, maybe. So let's zoom in on the Erudite faction. Let's
no, it's right. He's to my right, not my left.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Depending on which way you're facing. So my digital right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It depends. Who knows which way I come from? No one's known so far.
All right. Here we go. So to you, Mark Gawedia, is there any senators that would like to donate to the State Treasury today?
Yes, Plateus was going to donate 10.
Plateus is going to donate 10 talents to the State Treasury. So please go ahead and bank that. The rest of us will add 10 talents to our running sheet total. And make sure you bring back the required influence, which is 1 for Plateus. So he'll go from 8 influence to 9. So if you bring back a number 9 token for the good field consul, he'll go to 9 influence now. And the Treasury will grow by that additional 10 talents. Very good. Is there anybody else that's looking to donate?
No.
No? All right, let's move on now. Make sure, Plateus gets his influence. Let's go across to the House of Incognita. Anybody donating to the State Treasury today?
Aurelius, with his agreement and his own generosity, would like to donate 21 talents towards the State Treasury.
All right.
How
So
is
we're going
much
to add
money?
21
Egyptian
talents
grain.
to our running total.
Wow.
That will still only get him 1 influence. He's just short of that second threshold of 25 talents. So 21 will go into the bank. And Aurelius there will gain an additional 1 influence to go from 13 to 14 influence. Very good. Very good indeed. So I'll let you continue to do that and update your influence there. Let's scroll down to Fortuna's Despair and ask you the same question. Anybody donating to the State Treasury today?
Yes, Claudius the Junior will donate 10.
All right, Claudius the Junior is going to donate 10 talents. So we're going to add 10 talents to our running total. And that will benefit Claudius an additional influence there, which is very good. Is there anybody else that's going to be donating to the State Treasury today?
No.
All right. Don't forget Claudius's influence when you finish your banking. Let's go across to Justia Marita. Anybody donating to the State Treasury today?
Not today, thank you.
No, doesn't look like it. And then back up to Pre-Byzantium. Anybody or is Junius donating to the State Treasury today?
Yes, anybody's a bit defunct with only 1 man. Yes, in good faith, I'm going to donate 2 talents.
2 talents. So the rest of us are going to add 2 talents to our running sheet. That's no influential benefit for Junius, but nonetheless, the 2 talents will make it to the bank, which of course benefits Rome. So he gets our virtual admiration, not necessarily any influence. But good on for Junius and Pre-Byzantium for doing that.
Marcus Decimus, what did you say? Did you say you're adding any? Or
he did not.
he did not? Okay.
Yeah, I think he was muted. Yep. All right, that will conclude our contributions. So now let's go and do our debts, ladies and gentlemen. So first of all, we need to do.
Hang on. We have the Allied Enthusiasm. Does that come out now or some other time?
True. We missed that during our initial treasury. So let's add that to our running total while we're here, plus 50 talents.
Jeez, that does help.
Yes, it does.
That's
I
awesome.
kind of forgot about that.
So
Why do you
that's
think
a
I
good
wasn't too
pickup,
bad
and
on
that's a good
spending
time to do
everything?
it too before we start calculating our debts. So now what I'll do is I'm happily going to delete that event card for now. Good job. Good pickup. Don't want you to miss out on your money. So now let's work on our debts, and I'm going to zoom in on our forces here so we can get an accurate result. So it's minus 2 talents for every unit. So somebody give me a number. What do we got?
I believe it's
So 13,
20.
16.
Do we count fleets?
Is it
Yes, so
20?
got 27 units
Is it
times
not
by
24?
2.
54.
I'm hearing 54. Any advances on 54?
Let's just do some math. Make sure from my end.
Happy to wait for calculators. That's fine.
15, 20.
Yeah, 54. 54.
Yep.
All right.
Good for me as well.
Minus 54 talents to our running total. Pretty much cancels out that allied enthusiasm. Good. Thanks to Jimmy for helping us with the math. That's good. Jimmy's on it. Thank you, Jimmy. All right. Let's continue on. Minus 20 talents for every active unprosecuted war. So let's scroll up there now. This will be a little bit spicy. Zooming out my view a little bit here. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4 wars currently up there at the moment. So that's 4 times 20. And who can tell me what that value is?
That would be 80 talents.
That's 80 talents. So minus 80 talents to our running total. That's very expensive, isn't it? And finally, on our debts, we're going to scroll down to our little treasury keeping area down here. For land bills, we of course have a land bill 3 currently active, which costs us 10 talents per year. So we're going to minus another 10 talents to our running total. All right. So I'm now going to read out our running list again. So if those who have got calculators and those playing along at home, so maybe Jimmy's got his calculating fingers calculator computer ready as well. I'm going to read it all out. Are we ready? Here we go. Let's add all this up. So we've got plus 100, plus 3, plus 10, plus 21, plus 10, plus 2, plus 50, minus 54, minus 80, and minus 10.
That equals 52.
Correct.
Yep.
I'm getting all the votes for 52. Jimmy at home has backed that up. 52 talents.
Positive 52, I'm assuming.
Positive 52. As
Yes,
opposed to negative.
thankfully.
Because if you guys were getting minus 52, it'd be game over. So let's go ahead and add 52 to the, 19 in the state treasury?
It was 27 in the state treasury.
27. So 52
79.
plus 27?
79.
79. So let's make sure there is 79 in the state treasury now. All right. This is good. I like it when our viewers are helping us with the math as well. That's good. Points to Jimmy. If I had some talents, I'd fling them your way, Jimmy. That's good.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I'll
You
give
put 'em in the
Jimmy a
state treasury.
cheers. For us.
For Jimmy!
for Jimmy.
Dictator, you have to yell that next time.
It's, maybe in your next Senate session, you can pass a vote of gratitude. you can do that for viewers. We can have famous viewers added to the official record. There you go. Okay, that will conclude the debts portion. So let's talk about local forces. Now, normally this is an option given to our governors who otherwise have the ability to raise provincial forces. But because we're already at the maximum value of our province and the only one that's out there, there's no more local forces to consider. The only other thing we need to do at this point is to advance the term goal for governors. Jimmy has followed. That deserves a follow. Well done, Senators. You brought another citizen, another visitor through the gates of Rome. Thanks to Jimmy for the follow and supporting the channel. I think I'm now 102nd follower, I think, which is really good. So we're CII. Is that right in Roman numerals? Who can back that up? Very good.
I believe so.
So we now need to put the term dial down to 2 for our Governor Scipio, or Cornelius Scipio. So for you, Marcus Decimus, you're going to grab a number 2 token there and go plop that on that number center 3 up in Sicilia, our governorship up there, just to let us know that you've currently served 1 year up there. We're making great time tonight, folks. We're now at 9:45 local time. And we're going to finish off with our normal forum phase, move into our forum phase here. So let's get ourselves set up and ready for that. Passage of time.
Need help with the token at
yes, certainly. Let's do that first. I like the tokens to be happy. Bring that to the front. There we go. Thank you, Governor. I'll just readjust my view. We'll recenter ourselves here and get ready for our forum phase. Passage of time, normally remove event cards, but again, we're just hanging on that refuge card to remind us about that hero that's joined the pirates, so we don't lose track of that. We've got no other droughts that need to worry about or man shortages, which is good, so nothing further to worry about there. Let's do our initiatives, starting with our dictator from the Erudite faction, Marco Wedia. We're going to roll a 2d6 to see whether we get a 7 or not. I'm just going to hide that other deck, get that out of the way. Very good. All right, Marco
I thought you said you were going to hide the dice.
Perfect. You've rolled a 4. That means you get cards. So,
Yay.
Again, usual reminder for everybody. I'm going to reveal the deck. Try not to click on it. Just hover. It'll bring up your box. You guys know what to do from there. All right, middle deck is revealed. Go ahead and draw. Yep. Go ahead and do that. Let us know when you're done. You've got it.
Done? Yep.
All right, now is that red text or black text?
Red text.
Red text. All right, you'll keep that private to yourself. Well done for gaining yourself a card there. Fantastic effort. Would you like to make a persuasion attempt today?
Yes. So I can persuade people in the sandpit.
You can.
We persuade anyone.
Technically, yes.
Oh, are you trying to make yourself a more attractive option than the people in the sandpit, are you?
Maybe.
You
He's
can
got,
try.
he's got a nice red senator card there.
Not in Rome. Not in Rome.
Correct.
We'll recall him. We'll recall him.
I'll just say, if you've seen what's happened to Fortune of Despair after they took my senators,
Can you remind me which ones are yours then?
anything in Flaminius and Aemilius.
Oh, those ones. Oh, not in the sandpit ones. Okay. No, I was
Yeah.
looking down at the sandpit at Fabius.
Oh no, you can take those all you like. It's just if you take mine, there might be some assassinations for you.
Thanks for making that really clear.
Wow,
I
that
felt
was-
like it was pretty clear already, but you know.
I'll make it crystal clear.
Okay, yeah, it was very clear. Yes, Julius would like to make a persuasion attempt on Fabius. Please.
Alrighty, let's run some numbers. So for those with the cheat sheet in front of them on the back, we're looking at the persuasion attempt equation there. Let us start with Julius's details. So first of all, let's find out what's his oratory.
His oratory is. Sorry, I'm a bit slow with the mouse.
I'll help you move a coin. That's it. Let's have a look under all that money. 3.
3, yeah.
Oratory is 3. What's his influence?
33.
Holy dooly. 33 plus 3 gives us 36.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll come back in just a brief moment. Let's talk about our target, which is Fabius. What's his loyalty rating there? 9?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So right now we're well and truly off the charts. You're at your base number is fantastic. I'm not even going to ask you whether you'd like to add bribes because I think it would be a waste at this point,
Okay.
considering you're doing really well. But and again, I think if Alan Richborough is watching, oh yeah, you can leave that one to Numerius. So I just want to double check about counter bribes. So who can tell me about counter bribes? So the rule is generally you'd go around in a clockwise fashion, but does the persuading senator need to make a bribe in order for counter bribes to occur? So that's what I'm asking. And if you can quote a rule, you get bonus points.
My gut feeling would be no. Anyone would be able to counter bribe.
So we can go
Anyone
to
can counter bribe in 4.0, 4.2.
read it out to us.
It doesn't actually say no one can, like if they can't. It just says bribes are able to happen as defense of being able to counter bribe ties for most available senators go to above. Oratory ties with the senate belonging to the faction vote. Neutral bribes will persuasion attempt if all consideration neutral bribes. There is a final number.
Now I just want to double check you're not reading from the advanced rules because there's also persuasion.
That's true. I'm reading in point 4. So that
Yeah,
could be
so let's go
advanced.
back up to a little bit higher in the rule book because you're right. There are some subtle differences between.
1.07.413. All players may interfere in a persuasion attempt against a senator made by spending money from their personal treasure.
Makes most logical sense.
Yeah.
There you
You
go.
could do it regardless.
So let's go around in a clockwise fashion then and ask that very question. So, House of Incognita, let's actually work out what our current base number is right now. So, what is 36 minus 9? Everybody?
It'd be 27.
Right, so currently the number is 27, so in order to make that more desirable, you're going to have to probably spend a bit. House of Incognita, from your faction treasury, would you like to make any counter-bribes?
Haha, still broke.
Still broke. Fortunas to spare, any counter-bribes?
No.
House of Julio doesn't exist, so let's go to Justia Marita.
Negative.
Pre-Byzantium.
No.
All right. So cool, as Alan Richburg has confirmed there, counter-bribes can occur unless the attempt is made with a card such as seduction that would otherwise prohibit anybody from benefiting. And good, Jimmy's in there with the math again, confirming everybody's number, so the number is still 27. So really all you need to do now is roll less than 10 there. Marcoedia, 2d6 at your leisure. Easy. Very easy.
Great.
Fabius is now going to join the Erudite faction. I'll help you drag that up. Stand by.
Thank you.
All right. I might ask, I'm just going to get Terentius to move aside a little bit. There we go. Oh, no, Fabius has got some room there. God, you've got all this space over here. All right. Please be sure to update your faction votes and faction influence. Let's finish off your turn first. Would you like to, well, I'm not going to, somebody will be rolling for a knight, or you could pressure multiple knights. What would you like to do today?
I will roll for a knight.
Okay, who's doing that today?
Maybe Fabius. He can do it.
Maybe Fabius. All right, go ahead and roll
Yep.
1d6. You're looking for a 6. Not today. Anybody sponsoring games today?
No.
No. And would you like to change your faction leader?
No.
No. All right, that will conclude your initiative. Let's go across to House of Incognita. 2d6 when you're ready, good sir. 4. You're going to get a card today. Again, usual deal. Try not to click on the deck. All right, deck is revealed. Go ahead.
I don't like the feeling of this.
You've got it. Is it
It'll
red
be
text or black
okay.
text?
It is a red text.
Oh, you'll get to keep that private. That's all for you. Would you like to make a persuasion attempt today?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Rolling for knights or pressuring multiple knights.
I will roll for a knight.
All right, who's doing that today?
Amelius.
Amelius is going to do that. Any money for the cause? It doesn't look like it. Go ahead and roll and get a
We are
6.
broke.
A 4. Unlucky there. Any sponsoring of games?
Still broke.
And any faction leader change?
That will stay the same.
All right, staying with Amelius. Down to Fortuna's to spare. 2d6, sir, when you're ready. Here it comes. Tiberius Cornelius. Oh, there we go. Here they come. There was a delay at my end. 4. You're also going to get a card. Usual attempt. Deck is revealed. Go ahead and draw.
What's with all the fours?
Yeah, a lot of force today.
Yeah.
Is that red text or black text, good sir?
Black text.
Okay, throw that in the sandpit and let's have a gander.
Be a senator.
Here it comes. I'll bring this up for everybody in just a moment, so nobody panic.
No one panic.
We are panicking.
Flipping over. Lovely. We are now going to introduce ourselves to Sir Willius, ID number 21 from the Middle Republic. Military rating 3, oratory 4, and loyalty of 9. Another senator able to be persuaded to join a faction. So plenty of options on the table. So let's go ahead and finish off Fortuna's to Spare's turn. Any persuasion attempts from you today, good sir?
Yes, I think I'll try to persuade Sir Willius.
Sounds like a
From
good plan. Who's going to be doing this persuading
Manlius.
today?
Manlius.
Manlius. All right. What's his oratory?
His oratory is 2.
Very good. I'm going to get another pen that works because I like to run some numbers here. All my 19 pens. Here we go. 2 oratory. And what's his influence?
13.
13. So we're going to currently running 15 there. What's the loyalty rating of Sir Willius?
9.
9. So what's 15 minus 9, everybody?
11.
What was that?
15 minus 9 is 6.
One more time.
What's maths? I'll count on my
6.
thumbs.
6. All right. We're currently got a base number of 6. Is Manlius putting any bribes to the cause today?
Yeah, I'll put up 3, I think, is the optimal amount, right?
7, 8, 9. Yes, that would take would be the optimum amount. So put 3 talents onto Sir Willius's card. Sounds like we're saying Sir Willius. That's very funny. 3 talents will go on Sir Willius's card. That will bring the base number to 9. Let's go ask the questions of everybody. Cross to Marcus.
Can you bring the talents to
Decimus.
the top, please?
Sorry?
Can you just bring these talents to the top there underneath?
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Let me send to the back. Okay, now that'll work. Try that now. And again, Jimmy has confirmed numbers for us. Thank you, Jimmy. All right, Justia Marita, any counter bribes from your faction treasury?
Negative.
Pre-Byzantium, faction treasury counter bribes? Are you on mute? Yes, he is.
Yes, sorry. I even had my OBS closed. Yep. No.
No, none from you. Marta Guedes from the Erudite, any faction treasury counter bribes?
No.
Nope. House of Incognita?
Unless money's appeared, no.
All right, so this is going to be unchallenged. So again, 2d6 from you, Tiberius Cornelius. Just don't roll higher than a 9. You are going to get a 10. Unlucky. Just missing out on persuading Sir Willius there. All right, any knight rolls for you today?
Yes, please. I'll Claudius will do
Claudius?
it with 5 talents.
5 talents, that'll be an auto. So go ahead and bank that 5 talents and grab yourself a number 1 knight token to add to Claudius's card. Anybody sponsoring any games today?
No.
Nope. Any faction leader change?
Yeah, I'll just move it across to Claudius.
Yeah, certainly. All right, Claudius is going to become the new faction leader for Fortuna's Despair. Right. That will conclude your turn. Let's go to Justia Marita faction. 2d6 when you're ready, sir. 4. Wow,
4.
Really? This is amazing. Another 4. All right, deck is revealed. Go ahead and draw your card, sir. Red text or black text?
Let's have a look at the new card. I see nothing but red text.
Great. That'll be private to you. Well done. Any persuasion attempts today?
I would like to have a persuasion attempt today.
Certainly. Who's involved?
I am... Quinticus is going to be trying to persuade Furious.
Okie dokie. What is the oratory of Quinticus?
2.
And his influence is?
13.
All right, that brings us to 15 right now. What is the loyalty rating of Furious?
8.
8. So what's 15 minus 8, everybody?
7.
7.
Yeah, we're getting into a realm now. We're pretty quick based on numbers we've seen before. So we're currently at a base number of 7. Is Quinticus looking to sweeten the pot from his personal treasury at all?
No.
Nope. Okay, so let's ask Pre-Byzantium. Any counter bribes? Pre-Byzantium, are you on mute? Yes, you are on mute again? No counter bribes. Marta Guedes, any counter bribes?
No.
House of Incognita counter bribes?
As much as I would love the knockoff Adam Sandler, no.
Fortuna's Despair, any counter bribes?
No.
All right, so this will be unopposed with a current base number of 7. So you need to roll inclusive or less of this number. So 7 or less with a 2d6 when you are ready there, Marcus Decimus. Yay! A 5. So you know how to grab Furious and his age token. So Furious is now going to join Justia Marita. Very good. Be sure to update your faction votes and faction influence now that Furious has arrived in the Justia Marita faction. Very good.
Yes.
Any knights today for your faction?
Yes, I just want to confirm, Scipio is able to do a knight?
I think it's only those in Rome, is it not? Or is this for everybody?
Wasn't
It's
sure off the
in
top of
Rome,
my
I
head.
believe.
I think this is I'm pretty relatively confident. Normally you can only roll for knights if you're in Rome, and I
Okay.
think we've had this
In
problem
that
before.
case?
Yep.
Yep. I'll have Furious roll for a knight.
Very good, and Alan Richborough is certainly confirmed in Rome as well.
Yeah.
So Furious is going to roll
Yep.
for a knight. Get yourself a 6.
No.
It's a 5. Unlucky. And any sponsoring of games today? Doesn't look like it. Any faction
Negative.
leader change?
No. No.
All right. That's Justia Marita done. Let's go up and do the 5th initiative here. Pre-Byzantium, 2d6 when you're ready, good sir.
And 4.
Rolls. Gets a 9. Everyone's getting a card today by the looks of it. All right, middle deck is revealed. When you're ready there, Nemurius Aurelius. All right, is it red text or black
war
text?
of like a base of 20.
Red text.
All right, private, that'll be kept to you. Any persuasion attempts today?
No, since I cannot recruit anyone.
Okie dokie.
Why can't you recruit anyone?
Because all the
He's
other guys
broke.
have popularity and coins on them, and everyone sniped the really easy ones. So
Well, influence is obviously the factor there, not popularity that you're concerned about.
yes, influence. Sorry.
Yep.
So obviously it's impossible for me to get any of them.
I don't think it's impossible, is it?
Yes, they all have like
And
they've all got coins on them as well to consider. So obviously, my
let's do
senators.
I think
Let's do some math,
Severus
just-
is what,
yeah.
12?
I think you
And
can.
you've got 8 plus 8, sorry, 2 plus 8 plus 6?
14, and then minus that.
So you got
Yeah,
two.
so you could roll 2. It's not impossible. And you could throw all your coins at it.
Well, can we add coins to it? Can we
safe
if you need a
odds.
few coins?
No.
Can we add coins to his thing?
Yeah,
Well,
if
you
wanna
could add
make it
coins to
harder.
it. It wouldn't help him.
No.
All right. Is
So
that
that's
still a
a
no
no
on
on
the
that
persuasion attempt?
Yep.
All right, fair enough. Any knights today?
Yeah, I'll roll. No money.
Roll with no money. That'll be looking for a 6 then.
Perfect.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Good job. Go grab yourself a number 1 knight token. Well done. And a free one at that. So Unius will grab a knight there. Fantastic. Any sponsoring of games today?
No.
All right. And I was going to ask you if you're going to change your faction leader, but I think you're going to re-award it to Unius there for another term. So that'll be done there. Okay. So now we have to do the bidding on the 6th initiative. This will start with the HRAO. Now, unlike we did incorrectly a little bit last week, although it worked out to be in accordance with the rules anyway. So remember, you only get one go at this around the table. If you're outbid, you're outbid, and you don't get another turn. So there is a minimum bid, I think, of 1 talent. But if nobody else bids, it's going to go to the HRAO automatically. But yes, you only go. It's only once around the room, so there won't be another go. So if you are outbid, you are outbid. And of course, if you win the 6th initiative, you get to take all those steps again: persuasion, knight, sponsoring of games, and changing your faction leader. So let's go to Mark Reid of the Erudite faction. Coming from a single personal treasury, are you bidding any money to win this initiative?
Oh, does it just go to the state treasury?
No, so the money is
We
going to
wish.
go to the bank. But noting, if you don't win the initiative, you'll actually get your money back.
Oh. Okay. I can put 8 talents towards it.
All right, certainly. If you'd like to drag the 8 talents, I'm assuming from Julius into the sandpit for me. So everybody will have to beat. They'll have to essentially tip 9 talents from a single personal treasury to be able to win this initiative. So pop that in the sandpit there. So let's just double check to see if anybody can beat that. House of Incognita, poorest faction of all, cannot beat that. So I'm just going to skip right over them. I'm just having a look at Fortuna's to spare. They don't have 9 talents to spare. 5, 6, 7 on Manlius, so that's not enough. Going across to Justin Morita, no money to be visible there, so nobody can counter bid you there. And there's only 6 talents on Unius, so no one's going to outbid you there. So with that, you're going to win the initiative there. So I'll bank those talents. I'll just put that to the side for now. And the 6th initiative is yours. So questions to you. Let's draw that card first. Roll 2d6 for me, and let's see whether there's going to be an event or you get to draw another card. 5, you get to draw another card. So I'm going to, again, reveal the deck. Okay, when you're ready. All right, red text or black text?
I can't see it. Oh, it's gone to my hand.
Yes, that's right.
Red text.
Red text. You'll keep that private. Well done. Congratulations on getting another card. All right, let's talk persuasion attempts.
Yes, I'm going to make a persuasion attempt.
Very good. I was going to be surprised if you didn't. All right, who's going to be doing the persuading today?
Julius.
Very good. And who's the target?
It will be Severus.
Yes, Civilius, or I'm happy to say Civilius,
Civilius.
depending on how you want to pronounce your V, whether you're using the Latin V or an English V, that's perfectly fine.
Yep.
So, Julius, so what's his oratory again there? What is it, 3?
Yep.
Plus his influence of 33, which will currently give us 36. Let's talk about Civilius there. His loyalty is 9, plus his talents of 3, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so everybody, this should be an easy one. What's 36 minus 12?
24.
Yep.
What was that?
24.
24, I'm hearing there. That's an easier one. All right, so current base number is 24, so that's quite good. Let's ask questions around the room. House of Incognita, I'm just going to skip over
Let me
you.
check my pockets.
Yep. Any counter bribes from you? Fortuna's to spare.
No.
Any counter bribes?
No.
Justia Marita?
No.
I'm assuming that was a no. Up to Pre-Byzantium, any counter bribes from you?
Has to come from faction treasury.
Faction
yes.
Treasury, that is correct.
So no.
That's a no. All right, so there's going to be no counter bribes opposition to this. So really, again, you've just got to roll less than 10 with a 2d6 when you're ready, Marco Wedia. And you'll get that easily. So I'll help you drag up Sir Willius there. Stand by. I'm just going to make some room for you. I'm just going to move your presiding magistrate token out of the way. You are becoming a beefy faction. All right.
I think you can nearly go for proposing your console for life with the amount of votes you have.
She
Drew,
already can.
yeah, let's sit here and update your faction votes while we're here. So let's go count them through. Starting with Julius. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
She can't
8,
do it till
9,
the
10,
Senate
11,
session,
12,
so,
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You currently have a total of 19 votes right now.
She outvotes everyone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you'd like to update your faction votes to 19 from 13.
She can propose and win right now.
Well, it's not
Except
the Senate phase,
assassinations
so
exist.
She can't do it right now, but it gives everybody
well-
some thought.
Well, every other faction can make an assassination but me, so I think that you guys should do that.
You could technically make an assassination still, Numerus Aurelius.
If I'd recruited a senator, I would have done so, but obviously
He'd be
everyone's
reluctant.
conspired against me. So somebody else will have to shoulder that burden.
All right, for you, Marco Wedia, would you like to roll a knight for somebody or pressure multiple knights?
I'll roll for a night.
Who will be doing that today?
It will be Fabius.
Fabius is going to roll for a knight. No money, so looking to get a 6. Ooh, nah, just misses out there with the 4. Any sponsoring of games today from anyone? Doesn't look like it.
No. Nope.
Would you like to change your faction leader at all?
Nope.
All right. And that will finally conclude all the 6 initiatives. So let's now put Rome in order to finish off the forum phase. So everybody holding a major office right now, that is a purple token. So that is Dictator, Master of Horse, Rome Consul, Field Consul, Censor, Pontifex Maximus. Please grab yourself a red major corruption marker and please place that on the respective senator's card. This will make you a potential target for the censor in the coming Senate phase for prosecutions. So please go grab your respective corruption markers now. Give the players some time to do that, and then I'll just go check and make sure everybody's done that accordingly. So let's see, Fortunatus Bear. So Achilles is going to get one, Manlius is going to get one, Plautius is going to get one, Julius is going to get one, Unius is going to get one, and Flaminius is going to get one. Looks like, Mark Weddy, you've grabbed the wrong corruption marker there. You've got the governor corruption.
Oh, oops.
If you want somebody to help you out, let them know. All right, so House of Incognita is done. Fortune's Despair is done. Justin Merida is good. Just waiting on Pre-Byzantium to get their marker.
Oops, sorry.
Yep, Rome Consul will need one. Junius? He's just doing a sneaky. He's just making sure I'm doing my job.
I grabbed the prior console. I forgot to grab the...
I don't know where the major corruption markers are.
I'll help you.
Okay.
There might be run out on one of the sides, so you might have to go to the other side. Let's have a look. Oh, no, there's one down there. I'll grab one for you. I can see
GM,
one.
just real quick. Are we ending when we have our possible new candidates for consoles?
No,
or
we'll conclude like we
population?
normally do at the end of this forum phase.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep. I think that'll be a tidy finish. Okay, let's good. So Eunice has got his. Julius has got his. Oh, Plautius will need one as well. Let me grab one for Plautius. There we go. Plautius has got his now. Okay, now everyone's corruption is done perfectly. Now, normally with a second Punic War or a gladiator slave revolt, we'd have to destroy farm concessions. But guess what, guys?
Yay.
There's no second Punic War here, and the third Punic War does not do that
I think
same
Hannibal
effect.
does, though,
Hannibal
right?
does though.
But Hannibal does, because Hannibal still does this mark. So we're going to roll at least one 1d6 to see if any farm concessions are destroyed. So let's go to the dictator. If you can roll a 1d6, and let's see if Hannibal destroys any farm concessions.
Fingers crossed, not 2.
Who's got tax farmer 4?
What tax?
No
farm
one.
do I-
No one, because
I
it's still
believe
in
that
the
one's
destroyed
dead.
concessions. So we get away with
Huzzah.
murder again there. That's good. All right, now let's see if we can revive some senators and concessions in the Curia. We haven't had a good run of this in the past.
We have not. No.
All right. Just reading Alan Richborough's text messages there. He goes, yeah, I think, yeah, check Hannibal's card text for that. Yep. Okay, so let's go through the deck of senators here. So again, Mark Gawetti, if you'd like to get your 1d6 ready, and we'll see if we can repopulate any senators. We're looking for a 5 or a 6. There you go. There's the first one. That's a no. So he's not going to have a go. Let's talk about Aurelius. Let's roll another one. Yes. Aurelius is out in the field. All right, let's see if Papirius is going to get one. Another 1d6 when you're ready. And unlucky, so Papirius will stay. And finally, we've got Cassius. Let's see if Cassius comes out. Another 1d6. No. All right, so those 3 other senators will stay for now. Let me just manipulate the cards for the moment, folks. All right, so Valerius is the only senator to be revived. All right, let's now go through the concessions here. Let's start with Tax Farmer 1. First of all, yep, 1d6 when you're ready, Mark Wedia. Tax Farmer 1. Let's see if it comes out. It will not. Let's talk about armaments. Another 1d6. It will not. Tax Farmer 4 when you're ready. Yay! You get at least one concession. All right, so one senator.
The one that would have been destroyed.
Yeah, yeah, correct. One senator and one concession will make it out of the Curia, ready for the senator's thoughts. In the next Senate phase. All right, can I get you guys just to re-update your faction votes and faction influence again? So I'm just going to go and recount Mark Gawedia's faction influence, and let's just reconfirm that. So I've got 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. I've got a count of 58 influence for you, Mark Gawedia.
Really? That's quite a lot.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
What's faction influence good for again?
Winning the game.
Winning the game.
Right.
I think I'm a bit like Tiberius. I'm like, oh, and how do you do that? Like, what's if they'd only just left it at getting to a number, that would have been easier.
Yeah, no, that is why I did it.
All right, folks, there we go. Right, I'll give the final word again to our current HRO, the Dictator. Any words from you, Dictator, before we conclude today's session?
I'm grateful that we got to continue playing today, and I think that I anticipate that the Senate phase will open with a bang. It will be a very exciting time for everything.
A bang indeed.
I think this is where you get your cat and you do an evil laugh as you stroke it, frankly.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
That's next Senate session. She's just going to open up with a cat.
Okay, yeah. I'll make sure I've got the cat ready. Although I thought she was a good luck charm.
Prepare the cat.
I think she's been good to you this round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck. That sort of matrix luck. All right, folks, that's fantastic. Certainly, while you're all here, congratulations to you all for defeating that second Punic War. Absolutely amazing. So that means we'll all get to meet again, hopefully next week, timetable standing. Alan Richborough has sent his congratulations in chat as well. And as usual, I'll give my update in our groups accordingly. So this has been fantastic. For those all in chat right now, hang around. I'm going to give my end of session debrief as I normally do, but I'll do a quick transition, say goodbye to the senators in the background, and I'll be back very shortly. Don't go away. So Walete, everybody.
Walete.
Okay, there we go. We're back. I've sent my senators off to bed. Most of them here in Australia. Wow, what an epic session that was. That was high stress, high tempo, big stakes, and the Roman Republic has prevailed. They defeated the Second Punic War against insurmountable odds with what was essentially in the end a flawless victory. No losses of legions there, which was absolutely amazing. Absolutely incredible. Great work by the dictator there, Mark Guedia from the Eruditi faction, and then of course backed up by the Master of Horse. Yeah, look, those odds were against it with all those disaster and standoff numbers because of Hannibal and those that existed on the Second Punic War card. It was always going to be a difficult fight, and they had to beat it this turn because we are using the Avalon Hill's aging war or war exhaustion rules there. So that means I only had 6 turns to defeat that war, or any war for that matter. And this was the final turn that they had to do that. So it was make or break tonight by defeating that war, and they did so. They defeated that Second Punic War, so that was absolutely fantastic. Really, really happy with them there. A fiery Senate session there, lots of vetoes coming out to for us to finally settle on a set of candidates, which then brought in the dictator there. And then, of course, that assassination attempt really early, straight off the bat, from the one and only Quintus Octavius Gergus and the House of Incognita. Don't know how he continues to do it, and without the assistance of cards, but another successful assassination attempt against what I think is his mortal enemy, Fortuna's Despair, copping another hit with the death of Cassius in that faction. Cassius went back into the Curia, and Fortuna's Despair has to suffer through another loss of a senator. So he'll be a little bit irked about that. Don't know what his reprisal or his potential revenge plan will be from there. Who knows what he'll be seeking to plan. But what we really need to consider now is let's talk about the Eruditi faction. And Mark Guedia has had a very slow and steady increase to influence over the course of the last several sessions and several rounds, to the point now where they are the absolutely dominant faction, absolutely dominant. And the players are already talking about it, that in this particular Senate session coming up, Mark Guedia is in a position where she could call for a consul for life proposal, and absolutely slaughters the field with the amount of votes that her faction and I guess the potential candidate here possesses. Now, thankfully, Julius lived on as an older senator here, so currently 7 years of age, making an aged senator and currently dictator. So sitting at 33 influence. So we're above that 21 threshold, so definitely still eligible, but that's 33 votes already, which I think nearly knocks everyone out of the park. What do we got? We've got 3 votes from Pre-Byzantium, 5 from House of Incognita, another 8 from Fortuna's Despair, and 6 from Justin Merida. So just with the influence which goes towards the votes alone for Julius, already defeating it, then plus another 19 votes there. Now, noting that consul for life proposal can't be vetoed. So anytime after sequence 1, so once the consuls are elected in this Senate phase, I would be surprised if Mark Guedia didn't put that proposal forwards. Now, of course, what you have to look out for is assassination attempts. Mark Guedia would hopefully be holding cards that help to back up against or defend against an assassination attempt, or, just through luck of the dice, can hopefully hold out and defend against one. But it would be worth the risk to put that proposal forwards and hopefully win the game. But I don't know, it depends on what their intent is. Maybe Mark Guedia is a Roman loyal and is hoping to see the growth of Rome right into the future and may not worry about the efforts of a consul for life appointment. Or maybe she will. Maybe she's looking to gain an absolute amazing victory with a powerful body of senators that she has here and the powerful amount of votes. So 33 influence on Julius, 9 popularity, and then, of course, 19 faction votes in total. So she's guaranteed for the proposal to pass, and if she can survive that assassination attempt, she can win the game very, very easily there. So it will be an interesting Senate session next. And right, Alan Richard has asked an interesting question there. I wonder if anybody has an assassin card to make an assassination attempt easier. And perhaps somebody is, or people are saving it for such an event. We haven't had too many opportunities in the past, I think, where people could have claimed victory. We've had a few victorious commanders which may have been able to rebel, perhaps. It's hard to say with the Legion loyalty checks, how that would have turned out But certainly, even again in that most recent battle after the Second Punic War, that was a very large, considerable force, and Rome would have had a tough time, I think, trying to defeat a rebel in that case. And right, as Alan Richmond says, there still has to beat a war to also finalise that victory. That's true, because right, if we have a look right now, there are 4 wars sitting in the active wars box. So yes, if Mark Awedia and the Erudite faction were able to get a victory in that Consul for Life vote, takes control of the factions, has to beat at least one war, and then with that war finalised, with only 3 wars then at the end of the combat phase, right, then can obtain victory. So that's a good point by Alan Richborough in the chat there. Yes, and as Unknown Star 120 says, particularly with the luck of Quintus Octavius and the House of Incognita in the past, who needs assassin cards with that sort of luck? That's absolutely right. Wow, what a fantastic session. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you for all those who have tuned in to watch tonight's session. Thank you to all the follows as well this evening. It's been fantastic. Thanks to Jimmy, enthusiastic participant in chat as well, and for your follow too. It's been great. So a couple of follows this evening, and some great fun, a great outcome from all of our senators and the faction. So this was the lucky 13th session of our Republic of Rome board game broadcast here on the Roman Twitch channel, brought to you by Nova Roma. I am Decimus Aurelius. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm looking forward to next week. We should hopefully go same time, same place. 10:30 a.m. Rome time on Monday, or 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Convert that to your local time zones, wherever you're joining us from. This has been absolutely fantastic, and I hope to see you all again, maybe in the Discord. But until next week, Walete.